It is 9:30 and time for the Wileyverse. What?
So that was his most appropriate Ellen Keller joke.
Yeah. We are running a little bit late, and this might be a thing due to work schedules and all that stuff. But we are still committed to bringing you the same terrible quality content every Wednesday.
That you've come to know and love.
Yeah, you've come to not watch and love. Except for you, PJ, for coming. You're cool. All right. This is the Wileyverse. We run D&D 5th edition in an epic campaign. I just saw someone that was like bagging on the big epic campaign styles, and I'm like, makes you feel bad. Like, but you guys asked for this, so we tried the down and dirty, and it was down and dirty.
Down to the grave.
Down to the grave dirty. So, we run 5th edition D&D. We are running a party of all Dragonborn in the Forgotten Realms setting. We're from a kingdom that is under siege by all kinds of manner of foes and evil and blah, blah, blah. They are on a quest, possibly from Bahamut himself, to try to save their homeland. This quest has brought them to Neverwinter, where they are looking for a map to old Dwarven kingdoms so that they can find a forge to forge a god weapon. Or a god-slaying weapon? Or both?
Is it a weapon that's also a god?
Oh, man.
Well, it's a god's weapon that slays gods.
Or for making, like, the Platimantium weapon, like in Final Fantasy VII kind of stuff, right?
With me, as always, is Dayton, playing Savroth, the lord of the clan that they're all a part of, or a lord of the clan that they're all a part of, and a priest of Bahamut. The priesthood is a little bit different for Dragonborn because they're so independent and not servitude-based because of their experiences in another world. But they follow and they use gods as exemplars of how to live and what to live up to, the ideals. But they don't serve, so to speak. Anything more to say about your character right now?
I don't think so. Maybe good.
I like exemplar. I was like, ooh, what class is that?
Exemplars.
There you go. An excellent Templar exemplar.
Excellent. We also have Mitch playing Xerinax, who is in the clan. You have to go through a period of servitude toward the clan. I know I just said that they're anti-servitude, but they're honor-based. You work for the clan and the good of the clan. But Clan Goldath doesn't do what other clans do, which is the marshals serve in the military. They allow you to do anything as long as it serves the clan, and they're very progressive and want to make ties and explore, and they're basically merchants and emissaries. So he was aboard a trade ship, out sailing the seas, making that money for Clan Goldath.
That's where I learned to spit.
It's a good skill.
Last and almost certainly least, Robert down at the end there playing Rofros the Undaunted, who did decide to serve the clan militarily, and then at an ill-fated battle was saved by Lord Savroth himself with his powers of Bahamut. And so he, at that very moment, decided to pledge his I keep going back to that word servitude. It's not pledge his life for Bahamut's favor.
Well,
so,
mostly to Savroth more than Bahamut,
right?
But as he's exploring what gifts Bahamut gives to those who prove their worth. I'm working that out with him, and protecting, just trying to protect his life by abandoning him at every moment in combat.
Right.
We do split the party quite a bit.
I am Wiley. I am running the game. I am also playing the enigmatic mage wizard. I should say more specifically, enigmatic wizard Ayasa. who kind of was the first breadcrumb on this entire journey.
We're going to need a glossary of words that we've missaid at the beginning of the game. When I said wizard, I meant. When I said...
I can't remember which mythos it is, but there's a term for... I think it might be Shadowrun. There's a term for all magic users, and then the magic users have specific, shaman.
It's rogue. There's thief, arcane trickster, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, mage being a person that uses magic, wizard specifically. Our group has in their possession a piece of metal that could be from Bahamut himself. They want to forge it into a weapon.
Platamantium? Is that what it is?
Platamantium. Yep. And they need to do that. They need to find a forge that is strong enough and hot enough to forge that metal. This brought them to Neverwinter, where they met an emissary from Gauntlgrim, the rediscovered capital of the old Dwarven kingdoms. And he told them how to find a map that would lead them to a forge that could do just that.
This is Galdor Greybeard?
Yep, Galdar Greybender.
Galdar Greybender.
The thrice-crowned speaker of Gauntlgrim.
Bit racist of me.
So they are going to be, eventually, going into Castle Never, which is in ruins and filled with all manner of horrible, horrible things that are going to absolutely kill this entire party.
It sounded like it from the description.
Yeah.
The pamphlets that we got.
Chasing the dragon for that TPK.
Oh, I want that
So
TPK.
good. It was so good.
So,
Killing everybody was delicious.
by the way, it was the Moonstone Mask was the inn that you chose not to go to.
Oh, it's floating now?
It's floating.
Also, before we get started, have we rested yet?
Yeah. So
There's
there's gonna be some time. We're gonna hit some high points. So on the first night, the first day in, you got attacked at the gate, and you thwarted the attack. You saved some people. You got taken right to the Lord Protector, where you got both the Speaker of Gauntlgrim's patronage or his
contact information.
His contact. Yeah, you got his digits.
His email, his phone number.
You got his sponsorship, which also got you a nod from the Lord Protector himself for this quest.
Did Sabine or Summon Galtz, did they speak out? Did they have any opposition to that sponsorship, or we just got spoken up for and it was just fine?
You got spoken up for. Sabine is still she doesn't like her city being attacked. She's in charge of the military. The military is going through a change.
And we brought a Drake.
Yeah, you brought a Drake down on him, but you did kill it.
We did, yeah. Did people die in that fight, civilians?
Actually, no. They were really directed at you, and everyone had a chance to flee, essentially. But guards did. I think he rezzed. You used your minute after death. Did you? I don't remember if you did or not.
Well, some of the guards fell to cultists that we had no opportunity to fix them.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I think that was just the guard's life is kind of how we went with it. And you were out of spell slots.
I don't think I did, but I don't think I could. Well,
yeah.
Unless, is that why I used
the
Pearl of Power?
You could use the Pearl of Power to resurrect
It was just clean. I didn't even think about it. It was just clean. I wore this shit.
Oh yeah.
Rogues do it
I got him that
for
his birthday.
That's good.
Yeah.
We'd have to look at the last session. We'd have to go back to the videos to see if you did or not.
I definitely used it.
You used the Pearl of Power. I know you did, but I can't remember why.
I remember it came up.
Yeah. I think you rezzed at least one because he has that ability to res someone a minute after they die.
That's pretty awesome.
Revivify. So, you guys were given a panoply of inn choices to stay at, and you chose the Beach Leviathan. And if this was a video game, Lord Neverember, it says Lord Neverember approves of your decision. Gling! You get a little +1 to him because that's actually his inn of choice. He likes to go down there and slum it. And so the Beach Leviathan is a beached pirate ship that's down on the coast just off of that, and it's turned into an inn, and it's pretty amazing. Cessia is still with you, the werewolf that you saved in the last sessions. She's going to be leaving at the first opportunity because she doesn't want people asking too many questions about her being a werewolf and all that jazz.
Right.
Unless you have anything you want to do with her.
Gosh, I thought about it. I don't think there's anything. We were just kind of like doing a good turn for her. I guess I would just offer to her that so long as it doesn't betray the ambitions of our Lord Goldath, that she's welcome to come into our protection if needed.
And she tells you the name and location of her village up north, and says if you ever need refuge, if you ever find yourself in the icy north, that you are welcome there.
What's it called?
I'm not going to name it now. Okay. It'll come up later. You're like,
hey, call it Furryton.
Furryton.
All right.
Cessia Lupinus. And remember that hunter captain is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, we let him live twice. Right. Really learned his lesson.
Do they?
He might. I mean, he seems like an experienced guy who's probably lived by taking a fucking hint once in a while.
Yeah. You would hope.
I do hope. Who knows?
Oh.
What's Ceci's last name? I'm sorry.
Lupinus. Lupinus.
I remember that, yeah.
So, yeah, your first night, I gave you guys the menu for the inn. I gave you all the terminology and all the fun stuff. So, you drink and celebrate. Information by those two gray cloaks that helped you comes by. Like, they also bring by money from the loot, essentially, of the folks.
Sweet.
Though they say since they did attack the town and the guards, that the guards claimed it. And that's where you kind of get your first hint about like the goings-on in Neverwinter and the politics between the town guard, which are they're mercenaries. That's why like they wanted to kick you out immediately. They're mercenaries, and not only that, they're mercenaries from a Isle of Pirates. So he had to get basically an army and a guard for his city, Neverember. So he had to go on the cheap, and he hired these guys, and they can be a bit exploitive. And that's where the sons of Alagondor, the previous king, who used to oppose Neverember, they started coming around to his rule, and now they really just want to protect the people. So they're trying to take over and raise enough of them of their own people to protect the town and have a standing army. And that's what they were before under the previous king, was the army and the guard, the Grey Cloaks. So there's a little bit of a shift going on in that aspect of politics here. But yeah, you eat, drink, be merry, pass out. Yeah, I know.
Did you get a little hickey on the face?
No, I got like some like bug bite or something like that, and I couldn't stop fucking scratching it.
I was hoping for a story. Someone just knocked you in the face or something.
I do that where I'm like, I got a pimple.
Yeah, like.
Well, now it's way worse.
Shane was like, "Did you get the shit kicked out of you?" Like,
it looks like a bruise.
Everybody said that. I'm like, that's very, like that would be a little worse.
So yeah, and of course it's like always on the side that's like facing everyone. I sit at Thirsties, and it's everyone over here sees it. I'm on camera now. Everyone, I'm looking at you. Everyone sees it. Like,
oh, man. It's like my shitty back tattoos. I don't gotta look at it.
Someone else has to deal with that.
My wife's like, "Don't do it." I get it. Like, I'll get used to it. I'm not going anywhere.
Forget about your tramp stamp.
No, so it's my unicorns on my shoulder blades.
Oh,
it's a true story.
And it's still a tramp stamp. That's a man's tramp stamp because that's where the other dude's hands go, right?
You get it.
That's where the other hand goes.
Right, yeah.
Just get a shoulder massage. All right.
It's not gay. It's just common courtesy.
Quality streaming.
We're never getting sponsored.
The school that I'm observing at, the teacher's like, "Oh, my husband likes Dungeons and Dragons. You should give us your chat channel name." I'm like, "No, that's not going to happen."
No one should watch this. All right.
So that's it to share this with everybody.
As a milestone in the game, since we have places to go and people to kill, is there anything you guys are doing on the first night at the Beach Leviathan, or anything specifically you want to try to accomplish at the Beach Leviathan?
I wanted to use the slang, but we've already eaten and drank it downstairs.
No, we're doing that right now.
That's too late.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I can't think of anything that we need to get taken care of. Like,
I would think
our
after
loot being sold for us, our loot being sold for us was all I really could think of that I needed to get done.
No, I was just saying, I think after all we just been through and after finally killing the Drake, we're just like, we just want to get a damn rest. And we just want to like chill out for a minute. Like,
yeah.
we've literally been like fighting all our way here. I had the episode with the drow and the giant.
It's been a long journey.
Giant. No, it was a full frost giant.
Frost giant. It's like we
fought a Jake 3 times and eventually killed it.
This travel has been a pain in the butt.
You got headed off at the pass by Wormspawn. You barely beat them and got away.
Also, have you loaded a
Geostellar?
We said it was in, but no, but I am definitely thinking about this whole situation Neverwinter and how like, oh gosh, we can have a little Goldath district here.
Yeah.
Get some honorable guards here.
That's part of our job.
Is making those.
My question was, I was going to say, did you have last session up yet? You two boys uploaded?
Last session, I don't think so. I think. Actually, it might be.
Maybe it's been 2 weeks. I'm just curious because that's the one I really want to rewatch because like him getting killed repetitively
and raised. That's
been one of my favorite sessions of any of our campaigns
D&D,
so far.
man.
I know that was fantastic.
Fucking Flight of the Phoenix.
The second time you got back up and like we were starting to describe the state of your face and body, I was like, this game is so much fun.
I might not actually get some rest actually here because we have been attacked and I'm worried about the safety of Sabroth here.
Are you really though?
I am actually. My tactics are to be loud and annoying to attract attention somewhere.
Jump out windows, leave me hanging.
I'm a taunt.
I know what your tactics are.
This land is.
Hey, he died twice for you.
We could take shifts as in the field.
I was actually going to offer my services to the guard for the night, get some information on this castle from those who may have stationed around it, and also as a way of apology for bringing death to the doorsteps.
I'm going to gamble with the other sailors.
You should do that. I think it's a fun use of your
I'm
talents.
going to have some chipped ham and go to bed.
The chipped ham platter on its own is a pile of chipped ham with some stone ground mustard and some crusty bread, along with some olives, nice brined olives, and like little onions, cocktail onions essentially. It's a pretty good plate. You just tear off a piece of bread, grab some chipped ham with it, dip it in the mustard, and eat it. I was telling, he's like, did you write some of these things? I'm like, no. Neverwinter is pretty well established. I did write the menu, though.
I do take a bread bowl with me.
It looks like the fluffy potato and everything.
Yeah. Fluffy potato is so good.
Smash it all out, then they put it back in.
I had a dream about that fluffy potato, actually.
So, good stuff with the chipped ham. The fish balls are also excellent if anyone's going to partake of them.
Yeah, I definitely take them.
Of course, I'm going to eat everything we have in front of us.
I get a bread bowl that's got the bread cap on it, and I wrap it up real tight.
And head out.
Yeah.
Are you?
Like, I'm so fat.
Are you trying to? Are you going to try to like? Since you've learned a little bit about there's a difference between the Minton mercenary guard and the Grey Cloaks. Like, who are you trying to partner up with? Grey Cloaks or Minton? The Minton are the pirates.
The pirates,
mercenaries.
right? Yeah.
And the Grey Cloaks are the sons of Allegandor.
I will. My first thought was Grey Cloaks, but I mean, I obviously share this what I'm going to be doing here. I'm not just going to disappear off in the night. if Zyronax does suggest that, I'll work with them.
Do as you please.
Okay.
30.
He's doing some gambling.
Nicely played.
Perhaps you can learn more about both sides from the Minton. Whereas if you work for the Guard, you will hear the Guard's point of view and what they hate of the Minton.
Well, the Minton have been the guards. The Greycloaks used to be insurgents.
Sorry.
Right.
And now are guards.
Oh. Then
They might have a little bit of broad perspective on things.
Yeah, whichever one of the newest people take it
Yeah,
over,
that's the Sons of Alangana. That's the Greycloaks.
So that was, then that would be my suggestion. I had that backwards. I figured it the pirates were the ones. So yeah, I would say go with the just the Grey Beard, just because you'll get both perspectives and you'll get an outside idea of what's going on here, rather with the current guard and speed.
Right. So here's what I kind of want to do. I kind of want to kind of use my soldier background to just kind of like get an in with these people. Like I'm here volunteering. I know you lost some people, and it was with our arrival. I tell them about my soldiering career and stuff like that. I'm here to help out.
You talk shop.
I talk shop with them. I'm also going to drop a lot of gold with them, and really just trying to just show some generosity.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
I mean, you're a soldier and dropping money. Like, I can't give you double advantage. I can't give you inspiration. Though,
I can only get so hard.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before he gets mad at me, click. Yeah.
I like the tokens better. I'm a fan of the tactile.
I like seeing the red button.
Yeah.
It's sitting right there looking at me.
How about a natural 20?
Natural 20.
Oh, that's the best of you.
I don't know. Could you get anything better?
No, I literally cannot.
Okay. Well, you find out all kinds of stuff. You find out about Lord Neverember and who he was. He was a lord. He was the Open Lord of Waterdeep. So
the Open Lord?
The Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Diablo Neverember?
Yep.
Okay.
So Waterdeep is ruled by a group of lords, and only one of them is known. So only one of them has a public face at any given time, and the rest are a secret council, and they're from all walks of life. Really kind of weird, but it's Waterdeep. And then from Waterdeep, he made a claim to the throne of Neverwinter. So Waterdeep kicked him out. They're like, you can't. Yeah.
So
conflict of interest.
Was he a lord of Waterdeep?
He was the Open Lord of Waterdeep.
I was thinking. I'm sorry. I was just thinking Neverwinter when you said that. You're saying Water. He's
Neverember.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Neverember was the Open Lord of Waterdeep. He claimed the throne of Neverwinter. Alagander was the previous king who died in Castle Never when the volcano exploded. Mount Hatanau. I don't know how it's pronounced. Hutanau, Hatanau, Hatanau.
Hot and now.
Yeah, hot and now is hot and now,
now.
hot and fresh, hot and ready.
Yeah.
So he says he is a bastard child of Lord Alagander.
Who says this?
Neverember. So Neverember claims that he is a son of Alagander. And that's why he has claim to the throne. The sons of Alagander, the previous Greycloaks and the former, citizens of the city that were loyal to him and not to Neverember, went nuts. They did not want him here.
Usurper.
They thought this other guy has a more legitimate claim. I can't remember the name of that person, but they do give it to you. So they went in. They went into Castle Never to try to find the crown of Neverwinter, which can only sit on the bloodline of Alagander.
Oh,
so magically,
Okay.
it will only stay. It would harm anyone else that I put it on. So that they're trying to find that to legitimize the claim of their person, and get Neverember out of here. Now, many of the sons of Alagander have switched. They've come around and they see that Neverember does have the best interest of Neverwinter in mind. And so they're now going, okay, we have to help him now. We've been fighting him so long, we've been making things worse for Neverwinter, and we're here for Neverwinter. So they became the Greycloaks. But there's a whole group of them that are still out there.
So they never found the crown.
No. Well, no one knows. And that's one thing they do tell you, stories, some of these Greycloaks, oh yeah, I was on one of the expeditions. Yeah, don't, first off, don't ever go to that castle. If you haven't told them that you're about to go to the castle, they say like only insane people would go into that castle at all. But definitely don't go down into the crypts where supposedly the skull is, the crown is. It has a mind of its own, and it does not want us there.
Is that where we might find
an embassy? I wouldn't think so.
No. We are looking for the embassy. Okay, that was when you gave some background information on this castle. I was just like, well, what about this cult of workers and stuff like that? Because demonology is kind of like, but the cult's never been really a part of this place.
Not the cult of the dragon, no.
Right.
But cults of Orcus have.
Yeah.
But no, so you get your first big piece of advice is don't go to the crypts. That's where the crown is. That's where a lot of the sons of Alexander go. But it's also just a horrible, horrible place that seems to want to kill people. Like the place itself wants to do that. Also, they tell you about the 9. There were 9 defenders of the king, of King Alexander. And apparently they're still in there.
I'm sorry, how do you spell Alexander?
Good question.
All I can think of when you say Alexander is from...
and I might be saying it wrong. Like, that would suck.
It's just funny because this is the comedian Kamal
Alagorn. I keep saying Alexander.
Alagorn?
Alagorn.
So it was Kamal Nanjiani is a comedian who does the voice for one of the Solarians in Mass Effect, and he's on Portlandia quite a bit. He tells a story about being in Pakistan where there's always a monkey that comes to birthday parties, and his name's always Alu Master. Now, Alu Master means master of potatoes. Every time he keeps saying Alexander, I'm like, what is this, like potato goose?
Potato goose. Alagorn. So, I apologize for all of that wrong. So there's 9 protectors that were supposed to guard the vault of the king, or the king himself. And apparently they're still there, and they may or may not be living statues. But they're somewhere still inside, supposedly by these rumors of these guards. And that they kill anyone that's going in there trying to mess with the remains of the king and the kingdom and all that.
And this is supposedly also in this crypts area?
Yeah, the crypts is called the Neverneath.
Neverneath, I like it.
Yep.
The Bloods area is off to the east.
So the Neverneath, the 9, the Crown of Neverwinter, it's all tied up in this whole rebellion thing that the sons of Alagorn.
I'm nowhere near you. You're talking.
Yeah.
So that's what you discover, and they'll talk up and down about things they've seen near the castle, battles they've had.
Right.
Another part you get is that there used to be 3 bridges to the island that the castle is on because it's on its own. Yeah. So there's a massive river going through Neverwinter. And it feeds to the sea right at the edge of Neverwinter. The Neverwinter is on the shore line. The castle itself is on its own, like just spire or own like foundation coming out of that river in the middle of all the river going to the ocean.
There used to be 3 bridges.
There used to be 3 bridges. There's only 1 bridge now left.
Is that accessible?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, people try to go down there all the time.
All right. This is great information. One thing I just want to note, though, especially since I wrote the crit, I really want to, because I learned that there's possibly a hostile factions, a splinter faction in of these Grey Cloaks. One thing I kind of want to just gain some favor with these guys.
Yeah.
Just like just get my name out there. Maybe learn a name I could possibly drop to other people.
They'll give you some names of the old leaders. They give you the name of the person they're backing or they backed, like the supposed to have the more legitimate claim. It's all in the Neverwinter lore, and it's not going to come up, but they will give you that. So, like if you run in and to differentiate, Grey Cloaks are the now loyal group,
and the Sons of
Alagorn are the
traditional,
are still like the rebellion.
Yeah.
So you get a name of the if you say, hail whatever and give that name, they'd give you pause as like, oh, you're on our side, possibly.
Gotcha. That's useful to know.
Yeah.
Play back. Another claimant. Okay, I'll just write that for now.
So you are gambling with
Yeah.
sailors and crew. You want to give me a... how do you want to go about this? Do you want to play smart or do you want to play dirty?
Yeah, this is the hard part of playing with humans.
All right. If you play smart, you're going to be rolling deception and insight checks. Mm-hmm. If you're playing dirty, you're going to be rolling sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Also, you will get advantage on sleight of hand with your invisible mage hand.
Oh, before I leave, I say, you gotta have to watch the prince. Don't get drunk.
Damn it! Let's see some sleight of hand.
All right, you have advantage, so
this isn't like him, but he's playing with sailors. He knows.
You know, everyone at the table's probably cheating.
This is the rules that I played on my ship. This ain't cheating.
What is my advantage?
You roll 2d20 and take the highest.
All right, so I rolled a 24.
24. So, are you talking about Castle Never? Are you trying to bring up information? Is that where you're going as well, or
yeah, I might.
Is there something else you want to get?
No, I was going to say I might. Do we want to bring anybody with us? We can maybe get these sailors or some soldiers.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Okay.
Like maybe on a natural 20, but no.
So then I might then know that I probably would just ask some general information about so, maybe like the safest way to enter the castle that people have come back from.
Oh, okay. They'll give you some. There is an entrance on the water, so if you get a boat and sail around up into the tributary where it distributes out into the ocean.
Of course, the sailors take the water.
Right. You don't have to go across the bridge. You don't have to go into the main door where like everyone's waiting for anyone that comes in. There's a place, and this is great because you guys you haven't matched stuff yet. You're out getting your information. It brings you in through the crypts. So, but apparently that's also where there's some drow merchants that set up down there, and you can go try to deal with if you bring the manpower and the constitution, because they're all slave drivers. If you walk in and if you don't have the steel to back up your coin, then they'll just take you and sell you. But yeah, if you need something illicit or some bad information, you can go through go through the waterway into Castle Never.
We should look for some potion of giant thunder. No one's here.
Are you just going up to like eating and going to sleep?
Yeah. The nobility is tired.
Yeah.
Savroth is actually Dayton.
All right. So
goes to bed.
Roll your wisdom with advantage. No, just kidding. You just.
Do I win any money off these guys?
You got a 24. Let's see what they get.
I'm cheating. I don't want to take all.
Holy
their
crap!
money. Did I take all their money?
You make some money. It's not very high stakes, but you make 7 gold at the end of it all, because they're playing in silver and copper.
Yeah, so I basically robbed the table right now.
Just over the course of the night.
Yeah. Still 7 gold.
Ayasa stays down with Cessia and keeps her company, and then she eventually goes to bed.
Oh yeah, that was I guess we'll find out what Ayasa was up to. How much gold do you think I would spend?
Like these guys make, was it a gold a week or something like that, and it's silver a day or something crazy. So you could put out 5 gold.
Oh really?
And these guys would be.
You just the GM's like use 5. You're like 10. Like, you've already won your.
You've already got you already rolled a 20.
You don't have
I just wanted to be
extra
generous.
Yep.
You're generous to fake people after beating them in a game of wits. Like
It's so real in my imagination.
I
know. Do they? I don't know if I'm out of topics to learn from, but do they know where the sons of Alagorn are kind of at in the castle?
Yeah, they cut ties too long ago.
Oh, really? They don't have communication?
The Grey Cloaks don't. No.
Okay.
And like the ones that would end there is like most of them are probably dead or mad by now.
God, this place is really horrible, isn't it?
It's a haunted castle for a reason.
40K in D&D.
Maybe there's like a Cliff Notes version of this map somewhere else. I don't
Okay. We'll just climb out the outside and look in the window. There it is. You think you can draw it? No, I think I got it.
So the next day, you guys all wet rested, hit points back, all the stuff back, all the fun stuff. The next couple days, you guys offload a lot of the treasure that you had accumulated. I went through the liberty of selling all the trade goods. Mm-hmm. So bolts of silk, bars of silver, all the gems and stones. Those all go. The economy in Neverwinter is really good, so they all went for face value, exactly what they were worth. I left the unique items and the art items because unless you're going to try to be an art dealer, set up at the bazaar and sell directly to people that want these pieces of art, if you're going to sell to a middleman that's going to go turn around and sell them, they're going to not offer you as much as they're worth.
They're going to want to make profit.
They're going to offer you half so that they can sell them at value and make profit. You being Goldath, though, have the opportunity to barter and haggle with that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you wanted to keep that carved dragon. You have a carved animal set. You have a ring set. A soapstone bracelet. You also have 2 banners. A banner of a drow and a banner of Cult of the Dragon. I don't know if you want to keep those as trophies or try to get rid of them.
I say we hold on to them for now.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same banner that those drow merchants use.
Possibly.
Is this actually taking us like a couple days to do?
Yeah, this is going to be like you're getting into like a week long. Part of it is you selling and
so would you
getting
say
money and
I
all
have
that
all
stuff.
My charges on my Ring of the Ram back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I was ready to roll, figure out how many I get back, but it's going to be a few days.
If it's going to be a few days and you're not using it for anything, it'll all be back. So you guys can decide if you want to sell those things or keep them around. You have a carved animal set, soapstone bracelet, a ring, a gold and gemstone ring set.
We probably want like supplies for this venture.
I mean, I put the gold on of what you've already sold.
I would say we hold on to some of it for now.
And it's nice to have like those bartering tools or like the gifts you can give people.
Exactly.
I guess if we have gold, we can...
Or banners to fool from a distance, that kind of thing.
Right, like you guys are eventually going to go home to Clan Goldath. It'd be nice to put up some trophies as well.
Did we get a trophy from that red drake?
They will bring you whatever you want.
Teeth.
You want the skull? You want some horns? You want some teeth?
Oh my god, we can get the skull.
I know, it's going to be too big.
Can it fit in the haversack?
It's a bag of holding now.
If
you got a haversack, it would fit. But...
God. What are we going to do with the skull?
What can you do with that skull? We'll think about that later. I mean, they're going to... The carcass will be there, right? I mean, we can't take anything.
Well, it's got to go somewhere, but you can also have someone here hold it for you.
What would we take from a drake that's of value?
What the fucking skull, man? Imagine that hanging over the House of Lords.
We're Dragonborn. It'd be like having a puppy's head.
No, that thing is made from an evil dragon, and dragons used to enslave you.
Yeah, that's a sign.
Yeah,
that's
we'll take its fucking skull.
Yeah, right. Now
Yeah.
you get it.
Right.
Fuck that thing. Plus, fuck that thing anyway.
Right.
It has sentimental value. The skull.
So,
yeah, fuck that
shit. I'll hang it on
Whoever's the note taker, say that
spit.
you have the red drake skull is waiting for you in Neverwinter.
We have the dragon skull.
You also get some scales and some claw shavings and other things that might be used as components.
We should strategize.
All right. So during this week that you have, that you're selling and bartering, and you're also researching. And I sent you out all of the information, of the generic information. You found out some more specific on that first night, and you guys can share. Like, he tells you,
right.
Hey, I know a way to go in from the bottom. And you're like, oh yeah, we should not go in through the bottom. You do find out that there are 2 other entrances besides the one he found out at the bottom. There's the main gate, the main door. You can go across the bridge and walk it right into the front door of the place. The problem with that being, that's where everyone goes in. So it's also going to be, if anyone wants to try to jump you or set up traps, that's what it's going to be. Also, there is a newly discovered entrance. One of the towers that fell has left a kind of a big pile of rubble that you could climb up. It's a pretty precarious climb, but there is a crack to get into the castle up there. The problem with going in that way is you have no idea where you're going to be going into, and if it connects to it might be a dead end. And you'll have no reference as to where you are when you get in there.
A ruined section of
Yeah,
wall?
there's like a side of it where a tower has fell down and there's just rubble. You'd be climbing up that rubble to where the tower was and walking in through that hole.
So, but it's a little bit random, huh?
It's random. You're going to have it could go nowhere. It could be right into a camp of somebody or a lair of a monster. You have a better chance of it not having traps or ambushes waiting for you. But you're also going to have no frame of reference of where you are in the castle when you get in there. Like if you go into the front gate, the front door, you can start going, okay, well this goes up to here, and this is the main chamber, and this is that. You can start knowing where you are. You'll be just going into a random doop somewhere in the castle and going, okay, let's find this chamber, the heart of the castle, and where staircases might be. You'll be coming in from a side somewhere. So, also, the journey up there is going to be precarious because you have to climb up the side of rubble overlooking water and river and 100-foot fall.
Does Iyasa know any special information about this place and her stories and her... No?
Nope.
Did you say there was a third entrance? Like there was the main entrance and the 2 other ones that we found?
There's the waterway, the main gate, and climbing over this rubbled tower.
That's right.
Well,
So
is that it?
I vote that are no.
You can search for your own. These are 3 that you... Obviously, the front main gate the main door is a place that people have gone before. He learned about the waterway, and you guys learned about this other entrance that the Grey Cloaks have found. So...
With the ring
You
of the
could go
ram,
search-
we can make our own way as well.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, since we have that, I think the main
Well.
entrance...
Hello.
Now, the Ring of Ram is powerful, but it's not destroy a castle powerful.
I mean, if we could find... who knows? We'd have to do some searching.
You'd have to search for your own entrance. It would help you get into a place.
Right.
It's going to help you get around inside. Yeah. If there's there's rubble in your way. Oh, is there? Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just love any opportunity we could use this awesome fucking ring.
I vote for the...
It's a good thing I don't have it, because...
You want to go through the crypts?
No. I vote I vote the front door because we're pretty formidable. Otherwise, the climb is my vote.
I would only suggest the crypts if we could make a deal with these drow. But that would take some research that we could do.
Did anyone grab a head of a drow while we left?
You have that banner.
We could use that. But we would have to get lucky. We would have to know. We would have to find out. We would have to find out whose house this banner belongs to, and which
What
drow,
relationship they have
what the
with
relationship
that mercantile
is.
group.
Yeah.
The other thing is, what would stop them from getting you halfway into these crypts where they know the traps are and the evilness, and just going, see ya, like...
My fucking hammer, obviously.
Well, when they just disappear into the shadow, blow out your candles and disappear in the shadow, like...
I think we're proving that I don't need sight to swing this thing around.
You don't need sight to miss.
I think you did better against the Drake than you did against the Drow with your...
No, I know that fight with the Drow is horrible. I don't want to fight Drow.
Well, is climbing going to be an acrobatics or an athletics?
Generally, yes.
We can get rope.
I have rope, I have piton.
You have, and Ayas has levitate, which can help out, but it would train her spells right off the bat.
Maybe we can find a place to rest in the castle. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in agreement with Zyrenex here.
Front door?
There's a good chance we could just walk in the front door and deal with whatever lies in wait.
Pretty straightforward and honorable.
We're not your average adventuring people.
That's true, but these are not average. But from what I gather, these are also not our average dangers.
We're Clan Goldath.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But can we get some supplies first?
Yeah. What do you need?
See, okay, so I always have a problem with this in D&D. I don't know what my character would know about things like holy water and
You're
scrolls.
a paladin.
Well, I'm a paladin, but what does that mean to my character? I'm a paladin because I'm a warrior of Goldath who follows a prince who has a dragon god talking to his brain.
Yeah, why don't you ask the apothecary what they suggest you bring with you?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's a good.
Like as you went around looking for stuff, you would kind of parse out that you need this, you need that.
I think we need special protections against evil things.
I mean, even if they rip you off a little bit, I'm sure some that they give you will come in handy. Honestly.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But they're like, oh,
So
you want to just get one of these things? You should get 10.
We haven't had this in a while, but we actually have a lot of gold right now, relative to what we have been doing with, and a market to get involved with here. We could get some useful knickknacks to help us face whatever is in here. There's holy water, protection scrolls against evil. I don't know.
Are there detect
Does he also have any ideas?
Things or anything like that?
there are those things.
We should probably get a bunch of this crap.
Healing potions, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I think most of you still have your starting healing potions.
What?
What? We have those things? I gave everyone 2 or 3 of them.
Holy shit, I got a healing potion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have a couple of these.
I have 2.
We should probably be using these more often.
Well, I mean, yes, but also it's because people like to heal.
Points.
Yeah. All right. You can visit alchemists. You can visit scribes. You can visit weaponsmiths. You can visit. Tell me who you're going to, and I'll tell you what they have for you to buy.
Apothecary.
Try again.
Potion seller.
Apothecary is just gonna put you in a splint or heal your wounds. What do you?
Oh,
I see
right,
that list that you just pulled out.
A trader can have almost anything: an armor, a weaponsmith, an alchemist, a scribe.
Probably an alchemist or a scribe as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so. In Protector's Enclave, you find an alchemist. It's a 2-story stone-walled building with a tall, elf-wrought wooden shelves. The shelves are all look like tree branches, and the shelves look like tree branches. The sides look like leaves and a lattice work. But the shopkeeper is an old male half-orc named Oddend. He is Oddend, Oddand. He is suspiciously inquisitive about what you're doing and how. Oh, hi. How are you today? What are you doing? What is this for? Blah blah. He's asking. He always asks too many questions.
Oh, I tell him everything.
Of course you do. All right. He has a bunch of stuff.
I wish I was playing the character that's I answer every time with trying to screw your mom.
Yeah. Elixir. He has elixirs of sneaking, oil of blessed weapon, oil of keen edge, potion of bark skin, potion of bear's endurance, potion of cure moderate wounds, more potions of cure moderate wounds, potion of eagle splendor and large person and invisibility.
Large person?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that one.
That was the toenail potion I was talking about.
That's giant strength. That's giant strength. And large person is the one. Remember from Dark Sun, where you cast on Brawl and he smashed that windmill? like double so inside. Brass oil contained in a thick phial etched with arcane runes. Oh, nope, wrong one. Sorry. What did you ask about? Enlarged person?
Yeah.
This watery emerald potion causes motes of blue light to appear. Like when you he opens it up and like little blue lights like bing, 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 bubble out of it. Yeah, it'll make you bigger, stronger, all that kind of stuff. It's only 250 gold pieces.
250 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Say, what are the prices on all these things?
Are the changes permanent?
Yeah. The cheapest thing is oil of blessed weapon. Oh no, the cheapest thing is potion of remove fear at 50. The next cheapest is oil of blessed weapon at 100. The things top out at 750 gold. Most of them are around 300 though.
Gold?
Yeah, gold. There's a potion of shield faith, which is a +3. And you wouldn't have to have concentration.
Whoa, that's a thing?
Yeah,
How much does that cost?
300.
300? How long does it last? A scene?
However long.
It's concentration, right?
Well, then it would last
up to 10 minutes, okay.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
How much gold is a platinum piece, remind me?
10.
So yeah, not enough.
I mean,
yeah. Magic, straight up magic is not cheap.
What about poison antidotes and stuff like that?
He doesn't have any of that.
Who does? Tell me!
You can try another alchemist.
Apothecary?
You can try another alchemist. Well, the apothecary could give you salves and things like that, but it's not guaranteed to work against whatever poison. Like, if you want to cure against poison, it's going to be a potion.
Right.
If you want to cure against a specific snake's poison or scorpions, then you need that specific, real antidote.
Right. Okay. Don't you have cure poison spells? Do I have cure poison spells?
You have, restoration, I think. Lesser restoration. That cures poison.
we both have lesser restoration.
Yeah.
That's right.
That cures any poison, disease, etc., etc.
Blind, deaf, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Oh, it's mine.
It's your domain, isn't it?
Yeah.
To the scribe.
You want to try the scribe?
Finding potions out of our...
Yeah, is there anything you want in this? Just before I...
I'll come back. I'm shopping around.
Alright. So I'm going to say this once. The moment I leave this screen, I'm not going to get these results back. So
I might get the Shield of Faith potion for 300 gold.
Okay.
But hold up.
You going to try a scribe?
We're gonna look around.
Well, I mean, if we remember that it's 300 gold, then we can say we went back to that same guy.
But he's leaving the screen. So he's like, wait, can you please look up that?
Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff at the scribe. All the way down from 12 gold and 5 silver for scrolls of Ray of Frost. Divine Scroll Obscuring Mist for 25 gold. Then it goes up to 8,000 for Golem Manual to make a flesh golem. He'll sell you that. Oh, no, there's also a... this scribe... Oh, let me tell you what this is. The shop is a single-story, half-timbered building with a green tile roof. The air is filled with the smell of mold and damp parchment. The shopkeeper is a young male half-elf named Erolus. If you suss out Xerinax, wake up there, buddy.
I'm listening.
That he was probably a thief in his former life before being a shopkeeper.
You want one?
I just want to taste it when you're done.
Yeah.
But he even has a manual of bodily health for 55,000 gold pieces. It's not sitting out anywhere. He just tells you he has it if you wanted it.
55,000.
Yeah, permanently raises constitution, I think.
Was there something you're specifically looking for from the scroll?
Protections from evil.
Let's see.
I don't even know what that spell does, but it sounds like...
You have it.
What? My word. I do!
Jesus, man.
I only use 3 spells, okay?
He has Magic Circle against chaos and evil for 375 gold.
Damn it, Rough Ross.
Look, I can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
It's like, I have it too.
I'm so sorry. Please, Wiley.
He has a scroll for 375 gold pieces. Magic circle against.
That's
evil.
different because mine only affects one person.
Right. Magic circle is an area.
Visibility.
Ooh, invisibility. I wonder if the potion's cheaper than the scroll of that.
Too late now.
It's strange. Can never go back.
He had oil of sneaking, not invisibility.
Ooh, God, that is a good spell. It
is.
If circle is just an area version of this, just all evil creatures get a disadvantage on, and we can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Yeah, he does not have any invisibility scrolls. He tells you that he used all those.
There's nothing right here that I need. Unless you guys think it's something specific that you want before we move on.
I think we should use our wealth to prepare as much as possible.
The problem is that we'll be using all of our wealth here.
Yes, we will make more wealth through our noble deeds.
What are these things have you seen so far that you desire?
Well, there is this
Go back
potion.
and get that Shield of Faith potion.
It could be nice. Like freeing up concentration is huge for me.
It's true, because then you can concentrate on protecting yourself from good and evil.
Is that one spell slot worth 300 gold?
I mean, it fucking might be. I mean, damn.
But like for one encounter, you'd be spending all the money.
You're right. Honestly, the scroll would probably be more like that's worth spending a lot of money on. A big like, oh crap, we need everyone to be protected.
Like you want to spend all the money we've made since August real time on one spell slot for
one spell for one encounter.
That's why I'm saying these prices are a little ridiculous for what we're doing.
Can we haggle?
Yeah. You can. It's not going to affect it by hundreds of gold. It's going to affect it by
percentages, like
10, 20, 5-10%.
I mean, we didn't become the most prominent clan.
Honestly, like the prices that you pay for magic items, like one use, are for when you have 10 grand gold, and you're like, oh yeah, that's absolutely worth one encounter. But
we've been playing for weeks.
You wanted a new weapon, you wanted new armor. Like you might want to save towards something like that before getting a one shot.
Yeah,
because you don't have a magic
circle though. That's a good one. Yeah. It is one shot.
Scroll of magic circle.
What would you think? Otherwise, what else? Sorry, please, my love.
I was just saying, I'm presuming like we don't have nearly enough for even a single like weapon or piece of armor or something.
Oh, is there a weapons vendor?
Mm-hmm.
I do have this Green Dragon's Claver.
Maybe you can make a trade. Maybe you can make a trade. All right.
Yeah, both my weapons are mundane, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All your weapons, like you're the only, like you have the option to use that cleaver, but you're the only one in the group that doesn't have a magic weapon besides like Ayasa, but she has the battle mage wand.
Is there a reason I'm not using that cleaver?
It's just not your style.
That sounds like me. Yeah.
I mean, and it totally makes sense. It is it's a cleaver. It's like it's a very crude weapon, and it's a cleaver of wounding.
You did say that too. I was going to say, as soon as you said it's not your style, I'm like, oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, there's.
Please.
They have a great sword. Okay, so let's the shop is a 2-story tower of finely wrought iron with several leaded glass windows. A monolith of yellow crystal stands beside the building. The shopkeeper is a stoic male dwarf named Reynert. He was once an adventurer like you, but retired to marry and raise a family.
After he took an arrow to the knee.
I do say
right? I was trying to. I'm like, who's gonna say it first? Inspiration.
You got inspiration, right?
Have you ever seen that picture that I guess someone found in like Doom, like the new
Doom?
Yeah, that it's like the guy's wearing the like the helmet from the Dragonborn guy in Skyrim, and he's like a skeleton, and he has an arrow sticking in his head.
Oh yeah. So he has a greatsword made out of adamantine. It is a +4 flaming weapon which sheds light.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not. It is only 50,350 gold.
See if he'll trade for that green.
I'll duel him for it.
Yeah.
I will duel him for it.
All you have to do is drop the sword kind of off the counter on you, and it might do more damage.
There's also rapiers. There's bastard swords. There's dwarven war axes.
Is there anything that seems even affordable?
No.
I asked him if there's some
There's a
mighty
they have
deed
a
I could do for him to get that sword.
there's a
He's
lance.
Like, come in the back.
There's a lance that's only 18,000. No, there's nothing here affordable. There's a rapier that's 2,000. If you all pulled your money together, you could get it.
And then only I can use it.
And then only you can use it.
And it wouldn't be as good as my fuse blades.
Nope, it's only a +1. But after you kill someone, if you kill someone with it, their body fades into nothingness without a trace.
What? A self-cleaning sword?
Pull your money.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No. That's what the guy says it does. You don't really know. Yeah, no. Right now, you guys have
We have tiddlywinks.
you have low wealth on the scale of adventurers.
God,
You're not
this
buying
is so-
castles and that
This
kind of
isn't a
stuff. yet.
castle. It's a fucking sword.
But yeah, I would say we're of
That's
the earth.
I asked him, who's going to buy this? Who would buy this? Who's coming in here? It's like,
A proper dwarven lord.
oh, shit.
A paladin champion of Torm.
Sava, do you think you can put an IOU for the behalf of the clan?
So,
You guys don't even, like, your clan is struggling
after he
back
says
home
that,
with
I
the
use
war
it-
effort.
I use this as a chance to teach him some slang. Like sailors would say, "Womp womp womp."
No.
Womp, womp, womp.
More like womp womp womp.
Oh, it's a cadence.
Womp, womp, womp. Like, honestly, you want to go to a general store, get a Dungeoneer's pack, get pythons and chalk and mirrors and.
Let's see what the trader has.
All right, you want to see what a trader has?
Yeah.
We're gonna like spend all our money here. Like we can afford this stuff. Our backpacks are all heavy.
Shop is a 2-story tower hewn from an outcrop of rock with tall. Has elven wooden shelves, just like the other one. The air is filled with strange smoke and scents. The shopkeeper is a tall female halfling named Austin. She will purchase monster's teeth for a silver coin each.
A bounty for monster teeth?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Could you say it again?
Austin. She's
silver
a tall female halfling named Austin, Ausan. She will purchase monster's teeth for a silver coin each.
We'll buy monster's teeth. Now, when you say monster's teeth, are you referring to the size or the fact that they are from monsters?
She didn't say monstrous teeth.
No,
monstrous
monsters.
teeth. Okay.
I have this monstrous tooth. Gross.
It's been causing all kinds of problems with my bite.
She has the arcane scrolls transmute rock to mud
This one?
and statue.
Statue.
Yeah, it kind of like, I think it just turns someone to a statue.
It's a scroll.
It's a scroll. And then she also has the one that's transmute rock to mud, so you can go, you're a statue, now you're mud.
How much is the turn to statue?
2,275 gold pieces.
And
Yep, there you go. A dagger. It's a +1 weapon, and it's a bane to monstrous humanoids. So it has extra damage against them. An ornate weapon inlaid with moonstone. It is only 8,302 gold.
Jesus.
You sound like Rob Roddy from The Price is Right.
Yeah.
I'll steal it.
Yeah.
I'll steal it.
95 gold. Behind door number 3.
She has a couple of divine scrolls. Repel wood. So like arrows would just not go near you, things like that.
You couldn't bash me with your
For
shield.
if you're a woman, you
1,650.
can't get raped.
Oh, yikes!
Spicy.
This is what sailors would say. Womp,
Come on.
I get it. You don't. If you're a guy, you don't get morning wood. I get it.
Yeah.
Ethereal jaunt and anti-magic field.
How much is that?
3,000.
Okay, Rolfers, have you had enough of these prices? Can we move
This
on?
is
or-
ridiculous, my lord. I don't understand how they even eat and they can't sell anything.
Does she have a
Someone walks in and buys something.
I'll take 3 of those $50,000 swords.
She has a heavy steel shield, which is magic.
A magic shield?
The finely crafted shield once belonged to the halfling cavalier Sabbath, who defeated the devil of the Frostfell March. It's a +1 shield, medium-sized, only 1,170 gold.
How much for this shot glass that says never winter?
That's 5 silver.
She's like 96 gold.
Yeah.
A helm of teleportation.
Excuse me.
Yes, for 73,500 gold.
Let's just kill all these people.
We become rogue traders.
Yeah.
We killed one shopkeeper in Neverwinter. We had enough loot to last
A
forever.
wand of call lightning. So yeah, no, you can't afford any of this stuff.
Well, thanks for telling us about all of these things that we can't get.
But now you have some
Kept
aspirations
asking.
to shoot for.
Aspirations.
You can sell monstrous teeth to her.
Eventually, you'll just get thousands of gold when you kill things. Thousands.
Really, will we?
Eventually. Near 20th level. Sure.
I mean, imagine if we
busted a
go
drow
into this
slave
castle and
trade.
we kill like 1,000,000 monsters, like
Or like 2 beholders.
all their teeth.
You take all their teeth.
They have a lot of teeth.
They do a lot of teeth.
So you guys ready to just go to the general store and buy mundane shit?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get going.
Fucking-
I thought we were at the general store.
No, that was the trader.
Oh,
the,
these
trader
are- these are-
Jesus Christ.
the trader deals in everything, so it's not just weapons or scrolls or potions. All right, so you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So after you spend a week and you try to shop around, you sell your commodities and other stuff, and you choose to keep some of your artisan crafts, you get, see the real prices of magically imbued scribed stuff, and realize that, hey, maybe you should have stayed at home and learned to craft with your magic instead of learning how to swing a sword with it.
Oh, shut up, brain.
There is no honor in this. I'm just kidding. That's how we make all our money.
You guys head out
That's
to,
really
you're going to head to Castle Never. You're going to really do it. You're going to walk into that place. All right.
No, I'm really going to walk to the main.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are. Do it. Don't overthink it.
That's what we do. That's how Gold App works.
All right.
You announce us every time you show us.
So,
show yourself, demons. We're like,
you-
I'm like 200 yards ahead. Like,
the
show
bridge
yourself.
shows signs of heavy fighting. There's, pits and the archways that are intermittent through it. This bridge used to be grand, beautiful, carved cobblestone, grand arches. Half of them are destroyed and taken, crumbled. Debris is everywhere. There's arrows in moldering piles here and there, which you can only, your brain can't ignore it for too long that these used to be people that were killed here on this bridge in some long forgotten battle.
Unfortunate. This could be us.
And you make your way across.
That's at our
It's got this sickly sweet smell in the air, not just from the seawater below, but probably from the acrid smoke of all the magic and the remains that are littered throughout this bridge.
How long is the bridge?
God, this is a big place. I better be taking track of where we're going.
And I believe this is the Winged Wyvern Bridge. I think that's the one that survived. There was the Dolphin, the Sleeping Dragon, and the Winged Wyvern. And I think the Winged Wyvern is the only bridge that's left.
The winged river to the gates.
Wyvern. Wyvern.
Yeah.
Like the flying, the flighted thing. How long is the bridge?
The bridge is, San Francisco Bridge style length.
Jesus.
It's a pretty long bridge. This island that this thing is built on is impressive and large. Like I said it several times in the descriptions. This castle is massive, absolutely massive. Even with its highest towers crumbled from the explosion of Mount Hontanau, it's still it's almost as big as the closest mountain. It's huge.
honestly, actually, despite my soldierly reservations, as we're walking this thing, I'm feeling like more confident. Like, yeah, this is us. We are doing this. And
there are gray cloaks stationed here and there and patrols that you do pass on the way, and there's one last checkpoint, which is at the last archway before you get to land, and they just give you the one last, hey, sure you want to do this?
Turn back, or
do you want us to take your names, this and that, like, so we can alert anyone if you do not return within a month.
Yeah, thank Goldath of the Tier Man should we not return with the Lord Salvroth Goldath.
They will take down your information and your last messages and store it.
Our last messages. We fought valiantly.
Yeah. No joke. Yeah. Why not?
Change my title to
It might happen here. This is like a no joke kind of.
Yeah. And you make your way onto the grounds. The last tower, the last archway itself is relatively intact, and it had doorways there which have just been absolutely blasted. It looks like they were closed at one point, and then something struck them. The hole is 70 feet high and in both doors, so you don't know what hit this thing.
Michael Caine just released his memoirs a couple days ago. It was called "Blowing the Bloody Doors Off." That's the name of his own memoir. Sorry. Doors been blasted, sorry.
And doors are half, like one's almost about to fall down, and these are massive stone gates. And this is just to walk into the courtyard of Castle Never.
Before we go further, I look to Savmoth and I give you a long look, and I'm saying, Lord, we've been following these visions. We've been following these visions here. We've defended ourselves multiple times against enemies of this god we seem to be championing for. But here might be our death. Is your faith certain that this is the path we are to take?
I've already gotten hit a little bit.
He's like, I don't care for this speech.
No, I mean, I'm actually, honestly, we've kind of just been going along with this thing,
You've been attacked, and you've had your faith set. Like, you went into that thing, you found the metal, but this is your first, like, your own steps towards doing this.
Like, we don't.
You're not following anymore. You're doing the thing.
And I say, like, if this is the path, I will follow. I will be with you, and I will die for you, my lord. But is this the way we are to do? I want to say, if I may be so bold, that we still don't know what exactly is this great threat to our people. And whatever that may be, if this Bahamut, who we have been receiving these gifts for being awesome in his behalf, is this what we are doing, my lord?
We have come this far, we cannot turn around.
This is where
Did he really go up?
This is where the path has led us. Have faith. This is not where our path shall end.
I like it. I don't say that, but I just
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Then my life for Goldath, my lord. All right.
You make your way through the courtyard of what once grand Castle Never. It looks like the fighting that happened here, whenever it happened, continued all the way up to the front door. There's rubble from towers and the wall itself that was around the island.
Are there gray
collapsed
cloaks
in
on the arch, or do the gray cloaks stop at the arch and that's it?
They're at the bridge. Bridges from here to here.
Make it past the bridge.
Yep. No. So there's archway across the bridge. Mm-hmm. The last gray cloak you see is at the
last arch.
The one before the last.
Gotcha.
They don't go to the one that hits land.
I got that.
So. Yep, you are now on your own, staring up at this huge. What time of day are you going? I'm trying to get there as early morning as possible, so you get the most daylight.
I didn't even think about that.
I would say crack of dawn is how we normally do things.
Because remember, you don't have dark vision, and all you have to do is hope that light gets through this place. Some places.
Right.
Do we get torches?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're stocked up on all the mundane adventuring gear.
Okay. Crack of dawn sounds fine to me.
All right. So like the first rays of dawn are coming over the edge of this place, and you look up, and it's just ominous and massive and broken. It looks like a metaphor for the pride of the Dragonborn. This used to be grand, and now it is scary. So
before we walk in the front gates, do we see any other kind of entrances or anything we can kind of sneak into?
Nothing right off the bat. And this place is big. It would take you you could take days to survey the outside and around of the castle and its outlying buildings and towers and wall.
Do we want to take days?
Or do you want to get to it? There's an embassy in here. It's up a grand staircase with a precarious view near the heart of the citadel, or the heart of the castle.
So this embassy is around the heart of the castle. All right.
Up a staircase with a precarious balcony.
A precarious view.
Precarious view.
Could be a balcony.
And I'm sorry if it's been gone over, but it's like the dwarven embassy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they made, and this place is so big, they just had all this, they could accommodate a bunch of things. And during its heyday, they had
held court.
The elves and the humans and the other human kingdoms, the dwarves, they each had their own places. This is your place to stay anytime you come here. And they probably had permanent residents from their kingdoms that were always here.
I'm eager to see it.
I think it's best we just go in.
All right. You walk up.
Embassies would probably be in a grand kind of place in this.
So this, you walk up to these doors, and the doors are bashed, broken, kind of down. They were huge stone and metal doors. And they're kind of shattered and broken, but still standing. So you have to even these crevices though, these just openings are massive. You could all walk 4 abreast through this door crack and make your way into the main chamber. The main chamber, and so I'm going to get some terminology down. I'm going to be saying things like chamber a lot.
Okay.
Chambers are generally large, open, and connected in some way to other chambers. So they may have things separating them, like colonnades or something like that, but it's generally large.
Colonnade?
A colonnade is rows of columns. Colonnade is on the top of a castle. You have those.
Oh, with the crenellations.
Kind of like that. But
I know what crenellations, but not a colonnade.
But it's just columns, columns.
It's a crenellation.
Have you ever seen the front of a fancy court building and there's column around the outside porch? Those are colonnades.
Okay.
If you were to
What's that
walk
fancy
through
word?
is
it similar to
Hogwarts?
this fancy word?
And there's a big pathway, and there's just columns down the sides of this pathway. Those are colonnades.
Okay.
So when I say chamber, it's generally open, and it's going to be attached to something else or open to other areas.
So they're almost like little parts of insular compounds.
If you were walking into a grand cathedral, and then there's just columns that go into another part. I have to differentiate the fact that you're in the main, where the pews are, and then you go over the refectory, but you're not going through a door or anything like that. I have to differentiate these areas, so I'm going to call them chambers.
Okay.
And then if I start talking about rooms, that is, you are going off. You're into a self-contained area that has exits or hallways attaching, and rooms are separate than chambers. But this thing, I'm saying, hundreds of yards tall. This thing, massive. You walk into this chamber, this entry chamber, and it just goes on. You can see balconies and other floors, but they all are kind of open to each other and just up and up and up and up. Like,
good Lord.
At some point, you could have probably stood in the middle of this place, and if you could see through, balconies and other levels, you could have seen all the way up to the main roof of the central keep. And it's just...
Despite the wealth of our clan, we've probably never seen anything like this.
This is the biggest structure you've ever seen.
This might actually be the biggest structure.
It could very well be. Like, maybe the tower that oversees Waterdeep is bigger, but that's a single tower, a single spire. This is just the main keep. There's towers off of this thing. In here, there's the sounds of... I need another one of those, if there's any left.
I'll take the cap off for you.
What a guy. You're a bartender, Harry.
In this room...
you know my name is actually Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
In this central chamber, it's a massive receiving chamber. This thing could house an army at one point. Had marble stone floors, immaculately polished and cut at one point. Now they are pitted and cracked. It is very musty and moldy smelling in here. A slight breeze whistles through the cracks of the main door. You hear dripping and even pouring of water. As you look through this, you do see streams of water coming down because this now entire place has no plumbing or it has cracks all the way through it. So as rains come and all that stuff, it just pools up in places at the top of this tower and eventually trickles through.
What's the lighting situation like?
The lighting, there's a couple windows that are super high up that are trickling in the dawn light through this place.
There'd basically be a hole in the top, too.
Eventually, you can't see the top. There's so many other platforms and balconies and such above you. So, main features. At the far, far end of this chamber, there's another massive double doors. There are other chambers off of this through colonnades and archways and such. Other receiving chambers, places to sit and leisure. Whatever this, this is the entrance to the castle. So there's all kinds of things down here. You would think that would be off the main chambers. There are 3 massive staircases. One is directly to your left. It goes up and it just hugs the side of the wall and goes up to another landing, opening up to another massive chamber. Remember Karazhan in World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like those kind of big open areas, big stairs going up to other areas.
Right.
Like just keep it open, like all the way up.
Like this, yeah. Like
so this goes up,
that
but
could go to a whole other wing.
Like like the dance floor up there, or sitting also. But it goes up, and the stairway is broken, like halfway up. Like it collapses. There's no stairs for a while, and then the stairs pick back up. So there's a collapsed area of stairs directly to your left that go to what seems to be the closest landing. It's like the next landing up. So halfway through the chamber on the left, another stairway starts along the wall and goes up. This one goes up. Huh?
Is the opposite?
Yeah, so like right to your left, like directly to your left. Like is that broken one to the first landing. Halfway through the chamber on the left is another stairway that goes up. This one seems to go higher than the other one, and it there's a little bit of a landing, and it looks like it goes back into the place. That one ends above those massive double doors. So whatever that place is, it's above those massive double doors that are across. The third stairway is a straight stairway off in the far back right. It seems to go in up, carved into a wall essentially. Like the wall ends there, and then the stairway is there, dug in, and it seems straight, and it has a landing, and that landing goes somewhere else, and probably ends somewhere up above you.
Where is that? Where does that begin?
Back right.
Back right.
Back right corner of this building, of this chamber. In here are the remnants of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of failed expeditions into this place.
Oof.
There are the remnants of tents, of entire encampments. You see trunks and chests and benches and chairs and all the things that, cooking fires that are long, old, and moldy, pots just rusted out. This is where everyone goes to start their adventure into Castle Never, and this is the places that people never got back to. There's just stuff littering the floor, and it goes from what could be decades old to what could have been here yesterday.
Staircase to the right that goes over the double doors up ahead.
It's actually the first one on the left breaks. The second one halfway down the left goes all the way up.
No, first one on the right.
Oh.
First one's on the right.
You kept saying left, but using this hand. So you said that the first staircase is broken on the left.
Did I say left?
Yeah.
You
And
did.
you
You
kept
were
using your right
pointing
hand.
to your right.
I was going to ask you
Directly to your right.
Okay, and that one goes up over the door.
Nope.
See.
Directly to your right is the broken staircase to the first landing.
And then
The halfway through on the left is the one that goes above the...
Okay, so you said the first two times were left, and the last one's finally right. Okay, that's what...
Okay.
Because this picture doesn't look like
front
what you
right, front right, back right, mid left.
So what's on front? I'm just going to write it down. I was going to draw a map. What's front right?
Front right is the broken staircase that doesn't quite make it to the landing.
To the first landing.
Lands on landing.
It's broken.
Midway
Yes.
to the left is one that goes up.
Above the door.
That's the left. That's the left.
It's the left.
Yep.
Goes above the
double door.
And then farther down on the right is one that goes up to another one.
It goes up to a stairway landing and then disappears into structure. So that one actually has walls next to it. These other two are exposed on the outside. That one is carved into a wall.
I'm sorry, I was writing that first thing. Was the last
the last one, right one, goes up to a stairwell landing and then disappears into structure, so we can't see where it goes. It's walled in after a certain height.
Yeah.
Walled in.
So that one's like a legit staircase, like just
walled in stairs up. Okay.
Do your dreams tell you anything of this place?
Oh,
it's my turn. What do you know of this book?
When we go through, I'm kind of in like a little bit in soldier mode here. I kind of like snap to Ayasa and say like, we went through the main entrance. Can you use your foreign powers to sense if we are being magically watched? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so entrance door. Broken staircase up to like the first landing, which is it's actually like more massive than this. It's
right, sure.
This staircase starts about halfway and goes to a landing above the first double door.
Yeah. Okay.
And this one's into the wall, like into the structure. It's got wall on either side.
Oh, okay, cool.
It goes to a landing and then goes off
somewhere. You made it sound like in the beginning that there was a broken one, and then halfway down one.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's okay. But that's why what he had drawn was not what you were saying. I'm like, that's wrong.
And you don't like. I'm not making this a map. This place is immense and
no,
big.
I know.
We're
I
just
wanted to get an idea,
through. But yeah,
because this is probably a major branch way to different areas.
And I was realizing that we weren't understanding you because you were using your right hand saying left. He's getting something different. I'm getting something different, and this is different than what I saw. So we just make sure we know what we're talking about.
And it's just you
since we're in, I'm going to pee real quick because it's 11. So I'll be right back.
And you guys can talk and do whatever you need to do.
Well, I asked Yasa, like, can she sense if we are being magically watched? Obviously, we don't see anybody here. But we did go through the front gate, which was ill-advised.
She says that there was magic everywhere, and it's oppressive. Haunting, even. And then she advises you, like, no one listen to voices outside of our own.
I quite plainly ask her, why?
They'll try to lead you where you shouldn't go.
That's good to know.
Thank you, Yasa.
So, Rofros, this means for you and I, don't believe at any time that we are hearing or being guided by Bahamut within these walls.
I've heard whispers of silver-tongued devils in this place. If they have any means of reading into our minds, they may try to use that against us. I believe that Bahamut is truly guiding us. We will know. And I think if he is a worthy god to champion for, that he would know that we would reject part of the tricks and guise.
Do you not think the gods of evil have just as much power?
I don't say anything. I just go.
Damn it, Ayasa.
She should get an inspiration for that.
Yep, inspiration, Ayasa. Ding. Yeah, there's the remnants of many camps in here, and Detrius and what have you. There's massive double doors off to the side, and besides the 3 staircases, there's also chambers off of this chamber. There's openings, archways to the left and right, and just kind of open areas. Like this chamber goes up, and there's other things above. Just looking up a massive central chamber.
This makes me think of in the first Mass Effect when you go into to the Citadel, and there's the broken ass AI that's just like, over to your left is this. That's where these sort of areas are. And I was just thinking, oh man, it'd be handy to have something like that.
Sadly, one of the best pictures I think that represents the feel I'm trying to get also has an aboleth in it.
So we can assume that all that general information, the stuff we've heard about this place, in our off time.
This is kind of in a city and it's weird, but that's an aboleth. But I'm just saying, you're looking up and you're just seeing just they're on a staircase, rocks. There's structure above you.
Oh, okay. So, truly just massive.
This place is massive. Like I said, they're I'm reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, monsters took up roost in this place even before it fell to ruin. Because it was so big, you couldn't hold it all. You need an entire army just to hold every corridor and every window and every door.
I wanted to ask about. I feel like I want to ask, but I'm sure if there were, that you'd say something about it. Are there just things just living in this area here?
There's rats and small vermin and things like that.
Fuck with the rats.
Yeah.
No rats.
No rats.
Actually, I think we're strong enough to take those rats.
Well, you think? Have 100 of them.
Yeah, right. I was going to say that until they turn into a mob of 40.
Yep.
You said 100, so it's even worse.
There's things scurrying and scampering around. There's light that kind of dimly diffuses down from up above through all of the balconies and platforms and everything that's above you. As you're in here, a cold chill goes through and some weird shadows are cast from up above.
It's probably nothing.
I don't know if you were here for it, but when he asked Ayasa if she can tell any magical crap going on, she said there's a lot of it. It's oppressive, and she specifically said, "Don't listen to any voices that aren't ours.
Thanks for sharing
Uh,
They're
that.
going to lead us
To bad places."
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he said, "Oh, I'll still listen to Bahamut. I think he could get through." And she said, "Don't you think evil is just as strong as good?" Basically.
I straight up tried to tell him, "Hey, just
Don't listen to voices. He's like, except that one, right? No.
No.
I even tried to warn him. That was what my comment was. I was like, "Yeah, so Bahamut could probably not get within these walls, so don't listen to the voices." He's like, No. I think
I
it
got
could.
it.
That's the difference. There's
totally
the difference between because paladins and clerics are both divine, but paladins are like let's go,
and you follow.
You are actually wise.
He studies and
contemplates.
It's the word is not follow. He doesn't follow Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
He researches Bahamut and has a connection to Bahamut.
I love art.
You follow Bahamut. It happened to you, and you're like, yeah, I want that.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag because it's partly
so great.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in this massive chamber. There's lots of stuff in here. There's places to go. Oh, what do you do?
Do we need to take the time to search all these encampments, try to find anything useful, or is it pretty much going to be just their leftover crap that they obviously didn't need?
Do you want to try?
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Who's like? I'm assuming Zernax. You're gonna head up.
What are you doing?
He's gonna go search these camps to see if they have anything of value or use.
Oh, right. Yeah, these because there's probably one camp that's the most recent one that hasn't been returned to.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
So investigate is driven by fucking E. 9.
Can I help him with that, knowing how camps are? That seems like a stretch.
And you look around. You
add
you
1 to my
find
9.
really you're thinking of like, oh, let's find the one that's the most recent. Both like the 9. You're like, this one's close. Let's just look at this one. And you walk up, and there's like a small like rucksack on the ground next to a bench. Like someone brought in a bench in here to like put down just a wood plank, with legs, next to a tent that is completely fallen down. You walk up, and you go up. You sit down on the bench to go through the rucksack, and you walk up next to him to like look around, keep guard. And you put your like leg up on the bench, like just like what's in that rucksack? And that's when teeth come out from the bench all around it, and it folds in half.
No.
And bites him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And bites me?
You. So you're sitting, like there's a bench.
Man, what's he describing the bench?
Yeah, that's a mimic.
Yeah. So you're sitting.
You sit on the bench. Specifically,
because
you
you had
put
a
a
9.
foot on the bench.
Like,
I'm like, no.
So like you're sitting, like you have your foot on the edge, like
That's what a 9 does.
like it's like this bench right here, right?
Yeah.
So you're sitting here, like looking at this rucksack on the ground, and you're standing, like here with your foot up, like guarding him, protecting him, looking over what he's doing, and just teeth, and then the whole bench just like bites you, like folds in half, and attacks you. So,
can I use my cunning action to dodge?
You can try, and then you realize that you are stuck to the bench, and you can't move at all.
Oh, that glue is automatic?
Adhesive? When you sit on it, yeah. Like, when you roll a 9 to investigate, sit on it,
That was
yes,
the first thing I said. I was like, hey, we're in a dangerous place. Let me look around. 9. Great. Guess what I find?
It bites you.
Oh. And I can't use my uncanny dodge.
You cannot use your uncanny dodge because you are immobilized. You're grappled.
What's my HP out of here?
All right, you take... I'm so happy. Like, I was so ready for you guys to just be like, yeah, no, these guys all failed. We got our stuff. Let's just move on. I'm so happy you guys didn't. You take 11 damage. And like your foot is like you're completely off kilter as well, because as this thing's like biting and your foot is stuck to it, you're kind of screwed.
This bench has bite. Except I say it like, this bench has bite.
You know what a mimic is, right? I mean, you've seen
yeah,
that.
I said
this is a great one from like D&D, like the treasure chest, but this one's a bench. So all of those teeth are there, and then there's eyes all around it as well. So, all right, let's do some initiatives.
We should get those teeth.
Boyos.
Those teeth are worth some money.
And there's like 50 there.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I like how how angrily you looked at me, like, really? Like, yeah, mimic.
Is that wild mage tower that just had mimics
had a mimic in every room.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And you found
all
every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
You were playing the thief that time, so
and I was a really handsy thief.
He could not keep his shit to himself.
I love that thief.
It was this.
He was just,
please sit.
Yeah, please sit. Pick me up.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, Rofros.
What? Well, I mean, 3.
Who's here next? Savroth.
6.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody expects
Okay.
Mimic.
No one's
Yeah, right.
like before that game, I had never used a Mimic before. And I'm like, this is a staple D&D monster. I always felt like, oh, it's too cheesy. It's stupid.
It's not cheesy.
But man,
it's
I love it now. Love it. Like if you were a group, like if you were a Mimic and you're like, hey, like there's places where people just set up camp.
yeah. No,
Like here I am.
yeah. You should,
Come on in.
I love what you should really look at classic monsters more often.
Oh yeah.
I like how you do them. You find ways to use them in your creative way. I love it. All right. Anyway, I hate it now. Fuck you. But let's go.
In the
compliment, and we already got hurt. So.
in the foyer, there was a whole bunch of coats and cloaks and jackets and furs, and he's like, "I'm gonna go through the pockets and everything." Is there brooches or like chains?
Yeah, one of them is killing you.
And then like, he puts his hands around one and he goes.
It's like a straight jacket over me.
He's like, it's eating me. All right, 13. Iyasa goes.
At least we're not that high up.
Wow.
everyone sucks. Yeah.
When everybody's super,
Nobody is.
Except the
She is.
opposite. When nobody's super, everyone is.
Fireball.
Like she doesn't want to like waste spells like this. Like you just got in the first chamber.
Well, it won't really be wasting it since the thing is eating me.
Yeah.
Well.
So she's gonna firebolt it.
Be careful for my cloak.
Is that a Destiny shirt you're wearing? Is that the Traveler?
This is Cade 6. This is the
shit.
Cade 6 coming home ace shirt.
Oh, damn. Nice.
It's very sad.
Also, like, it kind of sucks that you got in a little bit late, but if you, by October 31st, if you unlocked Ace of Spades, they have a shirt on their website that's cost $77,000 unless you have completed that event.
Oh.
And if you got Ace of Spades, you could buy it for $20 and you'd have the Ace of Spades shirt.
Well, I'll save it for 70,000. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But their cart doesn't sell you anything that's over $5,000, so you can't buy it.
That sucks. That's funny though. I like stuff like that.
It's really cool. Like you got the Triumph one, and I really like. I feel a little bit jilted because I've been playing Destiny 1, like Destiny from the beginning.
You've been playing quite a bit of it, yeah.
And I played a lot. Like I brought all my friends, and I couldn't get the Triumph shirt, like because I skipped an expansion.
But you know what? You brought others to the experience.
I did.
Isn't that part of?
And we have to
friendship?
actually get in a group and go win a Gambit match.
Yeah.
to get that
I won my
sniper
first Gambit today.
Was it against the Meatball?
No.
I haven't even seen the meatball yet.
Mm. All right, sorry for all the Destiny talk.
It's
she's
free right
firebolted.
now. If you have Blizzard Battle.net account.
Yeah, if you download Destiny, it's free forever. Like you just have it from then on out.
No expansions. But
No expansions, but you get the
have
base
Destiny
game.
2 for free.
7, 13, 14, 15. Its armor class is 12, so she hits it. Yay.
Yeah.
For D10 plus 2 because of her War Wand. Yeah.
Big roll.
Her battle stick.
She singes the bench.
Good.
There's
We're
a weird.
There, Gio. We're getting there to a mimic maybe right now.
Oh, I am just in the first room and I'm starting slow.
I sat on a mimic.
And he put his boot on a mimic, the same mimic.
What is a mimic's natural like shape?
Right.
It's just like totally amorphous.
So it's like kind of like
It's
a
like a
blob.
ditto
Yeah.
It's like
from Pokemon.
We're not
Yeah.
sponsored by Sonic yet, but we could
I'm
be.
older. I was like I missed it by about 5 years.
We're open. Also, we're not sponsored by Blue Moon, but we're available.
Man,
Yeah, they walked into a place where a whole bunch of adventurers had come before them.
I would kill for a
Old
Sonic
camps.
sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
God,
That
would be
that's
cool, actually.
We,
Yeah.
we
And,
tried the wrong
There's
place.
mimics there.
Corn
We want
dogs.
alcohol this time. We're like, wait,
I
Sonic.
really need to finish up my Roll20 sponsorship request because that'd be really cool. So not Roll20, Drive-Through RPG.
Oh.
So like
That would
basically,
be a great sponsorship to get.
I would have a link
Below.
below.
Got some controversy going on.
Oh yeah, screw that. But for Drive-Through RPG, I would have a link in my description, and if someone's watching our stream and then clicks my link and goes and buys a book, then we get credit. Like we can buy books and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should absolutely do that.
Yeah, I need to do that. But they have to like watch our stream, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We might have to clean up some of the jokes.
Also, once this campaign's over, we can make a sponsorship campaign where
we're trying to get a
money
partnership and all that stuff.
Where Sonic's like, did you just make a Helen Keller?
Well,
she died.
If they failed, why would you chuckle fuck succeed?
If they failed, yeah, the camps of adventurers that failed.
I don't know if you've been watching this whole time, but I did stop Lord Savros. They're like, really?
Do we really want to do this?
I would have done it without it. Been like, fuck it.
There's a game coming. Then I'm like, we should. Oh no! You know what I want to run is I want to run a Destiny game.
I was just thinking about that today for some weird reason.
Me and you and Jared tried to play one.
Yeah. I think it was weird because, well, for different reasons. Yeah. But I honestly, I was thinking about that, and I thought that Wrath and Glory might be a good system for that.
Could be. There's another one I was looking at, but we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Xernex. You're stuck to a bench that's trying to eat you.
I mean, can I stab at it while I'm stuck on
it? If you don't want to move, then sure.
How do I get away
from
it?
You are grappled right now. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. So if you kill this thing, you're fine. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappling, but it has adhesive. So even knockback isn't going to help you. You have to try to escape with either. Actually, in this case, I can't even do that one. It's pure strength. You have to escape with a strength check. And you have disadvantage.
Can he use his reaction to crap his pants to make him seem less tasteful?
No, it'll eat the crap anyway. It's going to get through all of it, into the stomach.
Strength check at disadvantage?
Correct.
Yeah, I might as well just stab at it.
I mean, you get it for free if you want to try to get out, so...
Oh, I get it, then yeah.
Yeah, you might as well try to get away.
Touching those red dice.
I don't know.
So 5?
I think you get it for free. At least I'm going to call it that way because you have disadvantage.
Sure.
Yeah,
5.
no, you don't.
Okay.
You don't get away.
5 total?
Yeah. It's once you are grappled by... once you are stuck to them, you have to get out of the grapple with an ability check at disadvantage.
Ugh.
So
let's stab at it with my infused blades.
The particular thing is any living thing.
24 to hit.
Oh.
24
magic, I guess.
Absolutely hits.
Yeah, he also threw a firebolt at it, but it didn't seem to count.
Oh, they have. You're saying damage immunity? Was that what you're looking at? Yeah. Anyway,
6 damage, which I'm sure is bringing it close to death.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's so close.
We've hit it for 5 and for 6.
Well, here's the thing with mimics: is it actually wood right now, or is it just the illusion?
It is the illusion of wood.
Illusion of wood. Okay.
So it's not flammable.
No, it's not. It has damage immunities and condition immunities. I'm not saying what they are because you might try to use them, but it is an aberration, monstrosity. Sorry, it's a monstrosity, and it's not the properties of what it is.
Well, we know he's immune to acid. Maybe we can throw acid on this.
I'll just start.
All right. That was on 11. So next is Savroth.
At 6.
At 6.
Yeah, boy.
Wow.
Damn, what did the mimic roll?
4.
Oh, right.
Oh, crap. I actually beat it.
No, you did not. You got a 3.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it really, I guess, would be up to the DM. To me, it's you couldn't set the chest on fire. It would... if you did, it would just damage the mimic, but it's not vulnerable to fire because it looks like wood.
Right.
I'm in a sacred flame it.
Hit it.
Oh, it's
a saving throw?
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Does it roll with disadvantage? He's got a mouthful of meat.
Mouthful of you two. I don't think it needs it. It fails. So.
All right.
All right, let's see that D10.
And this does other things to
it's
it, right?
2d8.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2d8?
Yeah.
Sacred Flame?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
Only because I'm at a certain level.
Because you're at 5th.
Yeah. Before
It's
it only
1d8.
did 1d8.
Until you're 5th.
You don't have to cast it at a high level. It just does it.
That's a cantrip.
I did 10.
Cantrips just get better.
Yeah.
I did 10 radiant
Actually, I
damage.
should look at that.
Just in case
That's
it's
great.
immune to radiant damage. Hopefully it's not. Otherwise,
Oh, huh.
Means radiant.
She does an extra 1d10 damage from her firebolt.
You not even like resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she's 5th. She does 2d10 for her firebolt.
Okay, great. Burn this motherfucker.
Damn.
Be vulnerable to
How much did you
radiant.
do?
10.
I don't know. He won't tell us what the
No,
vulnerabilities are.
abjurations are not necessarily evil. Aberrations are just like
Blah, blah,
alien.
blah.
They're unexplainable.
Like, I'm pretty sure a frump is an aberration.
Yeah,
But
it
they're
is.
not evil
They're
creatures.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is not an aberration. This is a monstrosity.
Yeah.
And it's actually neutral. It's just an animal that wants to eat.
Yeah.
David has
yeah.
pumpkin day.
Okay.
Unique
And what else does
creation.
does that do?
That's it.
It doesn't like give advantage or anything.
It's
No,
just
it's
radiant
not
damage.
guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. That's what I was thinking of.
Mm.
All right.
They don't gain any benefit from cover. But it clearly doesn't have cover. Unless you count Mitch.
Unless you got these two. Okay. Next up is it. So
It swallows.
it's
Where's he gonna put them?
it's
I'm going straight to your thighs, fucker.
biting you.
Good stick to your thigh.
Or,
Yeah, it's kind of like an ambush predator. I mean, it absolutely is an ambush predator. It's just one of unexplainable, weird, esoteric origins. I think wizards can make them, can't they? Aren't they made?
Ooh.
Who knows? Anyway.
members are shapeshifters, shape-tooth predators able to take the form of inanimate objects to lure creatures into the room. In dungeons, these cunning creatures most often take the form of doors and chests, having learned that such forms
Damn
attract
right,
a steady
DSL.
stream of prey.
Well, this one's got a taste for butt, so.
It's going to whip out a pseudopod and try to...
Oh, yeah, does it?
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me!
I don't have my sword out. I
Oh
have my
my
hammer.
God. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought not.
Yeah, I thought not.
It swings and misses. The mimic, the tongue that just appears in the now it's a bench kind of like half on the ground, right? Like so, and you're falling into it, and it's like this, and this purple like pseudopod tongue comes out of the middle of it and
Ugh.
swings at you, and like,
This is the first time
But you're like-
Ben's trying to get the best of
and
me.
your foot's still stuck on it, and you're like, oh my God! So, all right, that's 3. Go ahead, root for us.
All right.
Here you are shit talking the first thing we've encountered.
Good gracious. That's the booty.
Oh, Zern accent is thick booty.
Alright. Yeah. Gosh, what else would I do but just say like, unhand him and just
You want to try to get your foot off this thing?
Yeah, this is a strength check. You're strong.
no, I just want to hit it.
Okay, go for it.
Make it stop.
Yeah,
Don't know.
disadvantage.
Oh, because my foot's stuck on it?
And he's in the way.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of it.
He's the next thing between you and it.
Yeah, with disadvantage it is.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll take a 21.
Has disadvantage?
Yeah.
Get off me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, swing away.
Alright, 2d6.
What? No,
No,
swing.
that was the swing. He didn't try to pull himself.
No, I didn't try to pull
Oh.
up. I just attacked with
You
disadvantage.
attacked with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have gotten out.
Okay, I'm gonna save my buddy.
Alright.
Yeah. I get to reroll
Yeah,
that.
reroll.
Yeah, that's going to be a 14 damage. That's what I was saying.
What the hell? 14 you said? One.
Yeah. And I'm going to attack again if it's still alive.
Yeah, it's still on.
All right. I'm assuming again with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Mimic has no
You
hit
could have
points
attacked
as that Drake.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I'll take a
19, right?
yeah 19.
Yeah, he has extra attack. He does.
Go ahead with a 19 on disadvantage.
Yeah.
Let's go! Foul bench. 8 plus 4. So yep.
Is it any of those a reroll?
No, 12.
12?
And I'll channel a. Damn it! Don't
This
do it.
early?
No. That was metagaming because you reaction like, is that all you do? Is it?
Apparently, the Mimic has a amount of health as a Drake. What's going on here?
Get on that rope.
Is that in,
Yeah, Paladins do good extra attack.
that's with your strength and the bonus,
There's
all
a
that
martial
shit?
class that doesn't? I don't
Yeah.
know. Who doesn't?
No, I think
get it?
I think that's just on their stat line, isn't it? Like it's
Oh,
not.
Paladins, yeah, level 5. I
Yeah,
got extra
and I'm pretty
attack.
sure like fighters too.
He's saying-
a
he's
martial
saying-
class.
He's saying there's a martial class
It's
that doesn't
probably
get
like ranger because they get spells or something like that.
Oh, probably, yeah. But they get a thing
Or
where.
monk?
So Rangers don't get it. I don't think they get an extra. No, I played 5th edition Ranger, and he did get an extra attack, and it was ridiculous because he was a dual wield fighter, so he got an extra attack. So he got attack, extra attack, and then his offhand
Off
attack.
attack.
It was insane.
So is that really all you could do? Like you didn't miss any your strength bonus or anything else? I just want to make sure.
I'm just saying it's probably like 1 health or something stupid.
It sounds like what he's saying to us, but
I
pretty
want to make sure that you guys are getting all your damage through.
No, that's great, and I appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm +4 for damage. No, unless I'm spending a spell slot,
Yeah, okay.
which I'm not doing.
And like it's not going to go for a while, so other people can attack.
Yeah.
Like Ayasa
So
at 13.
I did.
She could do that
14
fireball
plus.
thing.
Yeah,
what is it? I
she's
did
fireballing it again.
26 damage in one round. So
Yeah, she absolutely hits that thing for 2d10 damage and it dies.
hey,
Does it have 1 hit point?
It has 2 hit points actually.
You guys on your guard.
finally. Yeah.
So she's like, and a little golden flame spits out of her finger and sears this thing, and that thing like squeals. It lets go of you both. You go collapsing to the ground. You regain. You keep your balance. Your just leg comes free. You fall off of this thing, and it like the mouth folds. It kind of turns into this kind of purplish thing, and like tries to like crawl away, half wood, half amorphous blob, before it just kind of like little pseudopods like pop out of it, and then kind of curls up into a blackened mass.
Zayevnex, are you okay? I knew your lethargy would be the end of you, but I wasn't thinking it would be this soon.
Like the slightest of all of us. Like, I'm always out front. None the worse for wear. We should be more cautious from this point forward.
Good call.
Pulls a monster tooth out of my butt.
Ah!
If you want, that thing has like 50 teeth.
Let's grab those
Yep.
teeth.
We should get them as a trophy, some
Yep.
bounties.
Yeah, I don't remember, what was that? Was it 5 silver per? Or like
1
Five-
silver each.
One silver each, yeah.
50
That's
silver.
50 silver. That's
yeah.
5 gold right there.
Yeah, fuck it.
We should find more of these things. Keep sitting on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Like in both of his like at the back of both your calves right here, or not calves, your thighs.
Guys.
Yeah,
So,
you have teeth
should we
marks.
keep searching the encampments, or...?
Well,
After you,
I will
by the
say we might get lucky and find some sort of journal or etchings of people who have explored this place who've left
Or
notes
perhaps
and
a-
maps.
Perhaps a smaller mimic.
A baby mimic.
We should do with it. We dealt just fine with that. We might find exploratory notes that could be useful. Reconnaissance.
I love it. You're like, now that we know the secrets of the fire swamp, we can live here quite happily.
I don't see any bodies. Normally, people keep journals on them while they're adventuring.
Yes. Well, if they. Maybe they kept them in their tents. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. We don't have to do it.
I'm eager to press onward and upward.
Very well.
I don't think benches can take the stairs.
So emphasis on upwards then.
Oh, which upwards? Which staircase are we taking?
Yeah, if you're going upwards, if you're not going to any other chambers down here, how are you getting up? Which stairway?
I would think the broken stairway would have less critters.
I was going to say.
It's also broken.
I also think the stairwell that leads above the doors would probably be the grandest.
So, delving a little bit deeper into that clue, the person that is quoted saying that said he and all his brothers could walk abreast up the staircase, and he was a man he was one of 8 brothers.
We're about to find out.
So these stairways are grand, but they are not, like, and you don't know if this guy was talking in hyperbole or not, but they weren't 8 dwarves abreast grand.
Right.
But you do know that you have to go up, like, and you have to stay along the central chamber, maybe, if that guy was right, or how far off the central chamber he was. But yeah, going up is probably the best bet.
I think if we can find a way, the broken staircase would be safer. Because, well, not safer to get over, but there'd be less these things that would just wander up them because obviously it's broken.
I love how legitimately right now each of us has a different staircase we want to go to.
You're the boss, man.
Yeah,
because I was thinking, with the clues that we have, knowing that we have to get to the heart or central chamber, more or less, of this place, and it's going to be high up, that the staircase that goes into the wall would probably be the best bet.
That's why you were the Lord of Golda. That's actually a great point. All right, let's do that.
But now I'm kind of curious.
Right.
We've all said our parts.
Like, you're the ultimate decision maker, so.
Does Ayasa not have an opinion?
Yeah, so you got shit to say.
I mean, I'm sure she'll have something fun to say, but
She'll be like, riddle me this. And okay.
What makes a man?
A man. What's the most curious thing about a man, Batman?
The DM is a mimic.
Everything is a mimic. Like, it pisses me off every time I read them, because I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I want to do. And it's like, they're solitary hunters. I'm like, damn it. Like, I want to make 10 mimics in here. Like, all this shit. Like, the entire furniture is all mimics. Why wouldn't they? Because they're solitary hunters.
You could make a variant of mimic that are pack hunters.
What? I can't.
Of course you can. You are fantasy god.
Why don't you keep searching?
I was just saying, everything below a 9 is
maybe
a mimic now.
Maybe you'll find a journal.
Oh my god.
No, but seriously, there's like 10 mimics in this room, in this chamber. You want to try to see if you can find them all?
Part of
disguise themselves as a house.
I was like, part
I'm
of
a
me
tent.
is. Yeah, I was gonna say, part of me is on board with the poking everything. Is that everything?
Geostellar, if you watch the YouTube channel Drawfee, Grawfee, they do D&D. They try to they tell artists D&D monsters. There's one they do that is basically a house mimic, and they never heard a mimic before, and they're trying to design this house that's like also a secret monster that he's. Anyway, it's fun stuff.
I almost want to suggest, should we set everything else here on fire and see what happens?
Yeah. What we should have bought is a flamethrower back in town.
Yeah.
It would have been 50,000.
No, Ayasa actually has really nothing to say in this.
Weird. Yeah,
Yep.
nah, I'm kidding.
She actually looks ahead. Looks ahead to those big double doors, and she says, "I bet that's the king's audience chamber."
It would make sense for embassies to have access to the king's chambers, to the king's reception throne audience
Try the
area.
door. Your hand sticks.
That.
Would you
Holy
like
crap!
me to
This
try
is
the door?
massive. No, but do you want to leave this chamber? Do you want to take one of these? So her option is you've each picked a different stair. She picked a different room off of this place. So there you go.
I think Savroth had an excellent point that we need to reach an embassy, and an embassy is up and would be somewhat in conjunction with the main reception. So that probably would be a great idea. just be on our guard because that's an easy access for anything just to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go first.
So is there next gotta check for traps?
Yep. So where are you going? In the wall staircase?
The one on
The
right.
straight staircase? Yep. All right.
We do have flamethrower mouths. That's a good point. We could just start
the dumb
breathing
idea?
on everything in here.
I would like to check the stairs for traps as we go up.
Oh, yeah, that's the mage tower he's talking about. The first time I ever used mimics, the mage did have them as his security. Like he put one in every room. He knew not to go to it. He fed them constantly.
Oh, you're talking about the
wild mage tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, yeah.
Yep.
There was like 15 damn mimics in that place.
There's 5 rooms on the first floor, and each one... Actually, there's 6 rooms, I think. Each one had a mimic. He found every single one. He found them like he... After the third room, they knew that there was going to have a mimic in it, and he would go right to it. Like, he just had that, like, I'm going to go grab this
this
jizz.
fork.
Yeah. It was amazing. All right. So, you're going first.
Yes.
You guys don't have dark vision. There is light coming in here, but this is the stairwell that goes, into its own thing. Like, it's not exposed to the main room. So, the thing, like, you're going to have to start thinking about light as it goes along.
Yeah.
You guys have cantrip, so you can easily do your little pendant again.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll do that up on you, and you guys can cast light on other things.
Cast light on whatever weapon that he likes to hold out.
Rovarus, his hammerhead.
Yeah.
So you have your pendant glowing, hammerhead. She lights her wand up. So you guys have light, but also understand that
Other things
you have light.
Yeah.
Well, I can cover mine.
You can cover yours, and you're still getting some ambient light. It's not complete dark when you get into this. As you're walking up, in this, you get up to the first landing, and there is a alcove with a bust of a statue, just on that landing. But below it, at chest height, there's a brazier that is coming out from the wall. It doesn't have anything in it, just a brass brazier that you'd put something in to light a fire. You'd have little whatever going for lighting and all that stuff. There's, like I said, nothing in it. It doesn't even look darkened as if it had been used, but you don't know why that is. It could be magical or cleaned or something. It does look old, just not burned or blackened in the center. There's no debris in it.
Throw something small in it.
This is the overlook?
No, this is you walk up the set of stairs and it goes to a flat landing.
Okay.
And before it goes off to the right. And you go up and there's a bust of a man in a regal uniform. He has close coiffed hair. Looks a young man's beard. To you, it just looks look a human. And then underneath that bust in that alcove is a brazier that sticks out. Then is there anything you want to do? Inspect anything?
Check
else?
for traps.
Yeah. Well,
this is investigation again.
is it? I think it's perception for check for traps.
Okay.
Is it, or is it
I
investigation?
don't know.
What's better?
As he's walking up
My
there,
perception
Then roll
sounds
that.
better.
What?
I was saying
Like 10.
as he walks up there, I would ask.
So you find the mix right there.
Sorry, he's going up first.
Yeah.
Because he's staying in front. Okay, so you're talking to Iyasa.
I would ask Ayasa, do you sense anything different in this area than before?
Nope. Do you hear any voices yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, your hammer's lit up.
Yeah. So you have light on your hammer.
Ooh!
Just like when I went to the Drow Cave or whatever.
She has light on her
I
wand.
think that was it. He's got the pendant going.
Yeah.
And you have your hammer.
Great. What
So
color is the light? Is it
Platinum.
purple?
platinum.
Is it platinum?
Hot.
Did she make me platinum light? Or
Well,
did you
he
make
cast
it?
it.
Oh, you made it. Okay.
All
It's hot pink.
right.
Thanks
So
so
you go up
much.
to the next landing. It's a bust of a woman, regal, in a gown. There's a brazier brazier underneath that.
Does it look similarly unused?
Yeah,
Yes.
Geostellar. Yasa's got detect magic, and I've been asking her. I just did, in fact.
She has not used detect magic yet.
Well, cool.
She's just used Arcana and her mystical.
Is detect magic a catch-up or first level?
No,
spell?
it's
a first level.
It's a first level spell.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
I was like, because I also have it, and I thought about it, but I was like,
And she doesn't have it memorized, so she'd have to sit down
Wow.
ritual it.
She could ritual it though.
Yeah, if you took 10
So
minutes.
like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. You go up to a third landing, and there is a bust of an older man in armor, standing there, like holding a sword and a bracer underneath it. And so, like, you've gone up, and it goes off to the, like, kind of like in, like, right-ish. Actually, it's pretty much right, like, but it's from the corner. So up, right, and then it's gone right again.
Mm-hmm. So we're basically going up a spiral staircase, but it's squared.
But it's squared.
Yeah.
And, like okay, well, the next thing should be, whatever. So you get up to the next one, and there's a young man, like, nice outfit,
Bust.
coiffed hair, beard.
A young man or a bust of a young man?
Bust of a young man,
Okay.
yeah, with a thing underneath it. And then you go up to another one. There's a woman, regal.
So now we're on
gown.
the fifth one.
Then you go up another one, and there's an old man in armor holding a
Okay,
sword.
so you're just recapping. I thought you were telling me that we were continuing to go up the stairs.
No, you're on 6 now. And then you go up another one, and there's a man, young, beard, coiffed hair.
Oh shit.
God damn it.
Okay, no. Actually, I think this might be a good call for a ritual. Like, hold on, we're gonna say this stuff over and over again. Yasu, could you take some focus?
maybe they just repeated these busts up the stairs.
So
This
that's
is
a
a
good
big
point.
place.
Hang on, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So I'll take my chalk and mark the cheek of the bus that I'm standing at right now.
Okay.
Some practical.
Which
magic.
one?
Where are we at? We're on woman now.
Whichever. Okay, women.
Woman on marker.
You mark, and well, she's way up there. Like it's a huge
Oh, that's fine.
landing,
I'll
but
mark the
just mark above
wall,
the wall. Okay. So you mark the wall. She sits down, and she's like, "If you want to go up to the next one,
Who?
Ayasa, because
Okay.
she."
Sorry, I was like, the
Sorry,
bust of the
he
woman
told
sits down?
he told her to
Bust is like,
cast
this is
detect
boring.
magic.
Well, but I say like, but I'm assuming like in this exchange, you're like, no, hold on, I just got
Okay.
shocked.
Let's just try that. All right, so it's the woman. You go up to the next one. It's the man in armor. Next one is the young man, the young noble. Then you come up to the next one, and there's your chalk mark.
And Ayasa.
No, well, she didn't do it, so she
right,
came
but
with you.
obviously this
Yeah.
now we know. Good,
You-
good. Fucking, do you have inspiration?
I
Yeah,
already have it.
double inspiration. Can I get another one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
inspiration. Like, you know as many as you want. You can do it, Robert.
Man, look at your bottle stack over there. Woo!
Yeah, boy, I love this pumpkin beer.
Actually, I might have the last one if you don't mind. It's
Yeah, please.
pretty good, actually. I was surprised.
I
Not usually-
love this. I can only get it. I can only get it every once in a while.
Mhm.
I mean, it's seasonal.
It's
In
like
the
the
Bachman
what's
Association.
it? Lion Kugel
The
makes,
YMBA.
make a grapefruit shandy.
You got yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, did you want one?
I am.
You want one?
I'm good.
Lion
There's
Kugel makes a
one more.
grapefruit shandy, but it only comes out in the summer, and it's like very limited time. And it sells out all the time. Like you have to drive around to different grocery stores trying to find it.
Oh, the Ludens. Yeah, yeah.
Lion Kugels, yeah.
Lightning Kugel.
Yeah,
All right.
I can never pronounce it.
So yeah, you're sitting at the bust of a woman. There's a chalk mark
Boy.
underneath right above the brazier.
Well, the brazier looks unused, which is strange considering. So I guess I'll inspect it.
I don't like this. This is magic. I don't know magic.
You do know magic.
Well, I know blessings.
Literally, all of us know about magic.
Like vanilla Coke from Sonic. Oh yeah, vanilla. There's a place in town, the Five and Diner. When it first opened, it wanted to be that old style diner, and they did the soda jerk sodas.
Wow, with
Yeah.
cocaine in the Coca-Cola.
Oh, I wish.
But they made
But
all kinds of fun
They
stuff there.
did chocolate Cokes,
They did chocolate root beer
a
with a squeeze
pump
of lemon. was my
of
favorite.
Hershey's syrup and a tap, Coca-Cola. I'm like, that sounds disgusting. That sounds way too sweet. And like my friend's like, no, you gotta put this in your mouth. And I'm like, okay, fine.
You know me. I don't even
Oh.
like soda, but that sounds delicious.
It was delicious.
What was fun about
it
it,
was
too,
so
Was
delicious.
the fact that their soda was kind of their secret menu.
Yeah.
It's like you'd look at their whole menu, it's like 4 pages. At the bottom, it's like adding these flavors to your soda, and it's like just like they're written like this big, It's like all the options.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Give it
try
a
something
try.
different. One of the
Fountain
waitresses
Coke
was
style.
one of the waitresses was like, this is my favorite combination. She brought it out. She tried to figure out what it is, and I was like, well, it's root beer and chocolate, and what is it? Is that lemon? So she basically made me a chocolate root beer with a squeeze of lemon in it, and I've never had anything like it before since. It's fantastic. It was
delicious.
Chocolate root beer with lemon.
with a squeeze of lemon, and it was really good. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, because
here?
usually you don't mix dairy with lemon.
It was
And
strange.
A lot of
It was
chocolate
super
milk
strange.
chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, it was all those weird because their root beer was closer to sass, but also had some spice to it.
Oh,
So the lemon,
sarsaparilla.
so the lemon and the chocolate were really well together. Sorry, anyway.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So it's a pretty it's an ornamental brazier, but it's coming out like there's a piece of the wall that comes out and supports this dish, essentially a big brass dish. The dish has got ornamental etching on it. It's not runes. It's not any crazy patterns. Just some etching around it. But
Saving time for us. Can we read the
Yeah.
itchings?
but yeah, it's about this high, like when you're standing up, and the bust is above it, so it would cast light on the bust in the dark. That's it. Looks like it would be here to you like this, and when it's dark, and it would cast light on this.
I suggest lighting one of these braziers.
Look at Yasa. It's a Kowalski analysis. There's a little topical memeing there.
I can set them on fire.
The bus or the brazier?
Whichever.
Okay, thank you. Why don't you give
She
us
rolled
some
she rolled a 2.
Can you play some of that foreign music of yours while we think about this?
Is she still doing a ritual then? Did
No.
you tell her to start?
You
that?
told her once you
didn't
pulled
do
out the
that.
once you pulled out the chalk, you nixed the idea of her doing detection.
Yeah, we defer to
We
practical
know that magic
investigation.
happens.
Okay.
We don't need to detect it. I've determined that we are trapped in a loop.
All right.
So we have to
So I
set.
love that because we don't really know the arcane. Arcane is very foreign. That's the idea I get in my head with Yasa. Just she went away to study this arcane magic stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she says she could light the fire. Let's put something in there and we can light it. But
I suggest that we set a fire, but we have to decide which one of these three braziers to light: the woman, the man, or the knight.
the young noble, the royal woman, or the old knight.
We are looking for an embassy, perhaps the young man.
Diplomat, perhaps.
Or
A
the
prince, a
woman.
lord.
The noble woman would be more embassatic. That's not a word, but it still sounds good.
Well, it could be. Yes. This.
Did you use your inspiration?
Not yet. I know. I'm just full of good ones tonight. I need some coffee before we play next time,
I
too.
thought you had coffee.
I did, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And then I'm just keeping like, inspiration, yeah, again and again and again.
It's like his Adderall. All right.
It's natural. Weird.
I'll
Caffeine
start
works
looking
like
for.
that.
Are
That's
there
strange.
words? Are there?
There's not even name inscriptions. These are just obviously the detail work of the stone is not they were just this is a person. This is specifically a person. Probably something in the line of whoever ran Castle Never at some point in time. But
Perhaps we just light the one we were in front of.
Can I?
Yeah, it's
The
probably
woman.
just trial and error. At this
So we're
point.
standing in front of the woman, so...
I've been asking a lot about this castle. Could I'm not an intelligent being. Could I
Just
try
keep
it?
asking.
I am person.
Could I try it a history check to see if I remember recalling anything about this sort of stuff?
Go for it.
That's funny.
Yeah, just don't
Yeah,
right.
just as you hit it.
Hey, Geostella knows what's up. Okay, well, I have a 0 intelligence modifier. That's a straight 11.
No, this is you're not too keen on the human history.
All right, worth a shot.
but
and this is old history. Too.
Yeah,
It's-
thanks for not being why would you roll history? All right.
No.
All right.
you read. You could have read a book about some warrior here or some knight
I'm
and
like, oh,
gotten
this
down
reminds
a rabbit
me of-
hole.
Oh, this
It's
reminds
fine.
me of a 3-person check from the book.
No, that's it. So what are you doing?
I salute Chev. I also light this brazier in front of the woman.
Yeah.
It's well, we need if we want it to stay lit, we have to have fuel in it.
I think I have something we can burn.
And you guys have torches.
As I
Yeah.
go,
Torches.
So you could take the
as I
the
go,
wrapping off the
have
torches.
things that
Yeah, I'll do that with one of my torches.
Tinderbox and all that crap.
Yeah, the tinderbox wouldn't stay lit because it's just those are meant to get things started.
Oh,
with
so,
fire.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, like she can, she has cantrips that can light something. You just need to have something in there that stays lit. That's fuel.
I've given up one of my torches.
Okay. So you unwrap the
Want to go
wrapping.
back downstairs and grab a bench or something? And
We can't go back downstairs.
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't tried going down yet. Let's not get there. We probably should have tried that first, but it's too late now.
A knight, a young man, and an old woman.
Yes.
A noble man, a young woman, and a knight.
I thought it was a young man, noble woman, and a knight.
Well, it's a noble man, and then a beautiful woman, or however you want to say it. There is let's call it a young man, a noble woman, and a knight.
Okay.
That's good. That'll get it.
All right.
Set that so are you just unwrapping it, or are you also like breaking up the wood?
Oh yeah, I'll make a little.
So you make a little pile of the wood. You put the wrapping around it. She lights it on fire. The woman's brazier is on fire.
Should we continue up then? See if anything changes.
Let's see what happens.
So you go up, and the next landing is the night.
Yeah. Now, pause. Are we going to light this one too, or keep going until we see the old woman
So
again?
I'm going to draw a circle with the chalk.
Oh.
Okay.
And then we'll continue.
All right. So you all head up to the next landing, so the next landing is the young man.
Triangle.
So we have a hash, circle.
I have an X.
You have an X, a circle, and a triangle.
Making the PlayStation controller as I go up.
So
next is the select button. I'll draw a rectangle.
You turn and walk up to the next landing, which is the
square.
Noble woman.
That's square.
And
that'd be amazing.
I just wanted to bug you. Like, that's not how it works.
The X is still there. The brazier there's nothing in it. There's no fire.
Oh, the fire
looks clean.
Fire left.
Yeah, it's gone.
What was the first one we saw?
The young man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try going up until we see the young man again.
So we go up
light that one, and then starting from there, light each one.
Okay. So you need another torch.
I'll use mine because I'm going to be going first, and I don't like to carry light.
And you guys have light, like.
I've got it in my hand.
Yeah, right. You have light spell. And I go two first, of you have it.
So yeah. I'll cough up both. Well, I'm going to need 3 torches, so we'll do it in order. Young man.
We can always go back downstairs for more torches.
Yeah, maybe. Young man, woman, and then the thing in a row as we go up. So I'll lose another 3 here.
All right, how many torches?
Barf
I've had 6 now, so I have.
Okay.
I've used
so
3 now.
You light
a total of 4.
You light the young man's,
mm-hmm.
And again, like the light illuminates the bust as you head up, and then you go to the next landing and light the noble woman, and then you go up and you light the.
She did.
Old
she
knight.
didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, she failed terribly. And you light the old man, and then you walk up to the next landing, which is like it comes up and you're in a nice big open room. You figured out your first trap.
Oh, first puzzle, right?
First puzzle trap there. There you go. So this is a chamber, but it is not connected to the main chamber. Like you don't see a balcony or anything that's overlooking the other place. But this is a large room with like seating.
Don't sit down.
There's a couple exits, but it almost looks like this is probably a stage or an oratory like audience chamber. There's like pews for seating. There's nothing in here showing that this is like religious or anything, but there's a raised dais. It looks like there's 2 ways to go behind that, but there's also 2 other doors out of this. One is a big double door, like because you came up from stairs that come off from the side. You come into the back of this chamber. The seating is going that way, like down your left to the stage that's off to your left.
Like so, the seating's looking left.
So like you've walked into the room and the room is facing, like the room faces that way to the stage. There's a big set of double doors
behind the stage.
No, the other way. At the back of the back of the seating. So like you'd walk into this and you'd be facing the stage from those double doors. There's on the same wall that the stairs came up from, there's a set of doors. They are like it is a large door, but it is not as impressive, these double doors that come in. And then there's 2 ways to get around the stage. Like the stage is just a dais with a wall, and it looks like you can walk around either side of the wall to get backstage.
I shoot an arrow at the first menacing bench.
Perceptions for everyone.
I mean, it seems reasonable.
Hey.
Natural 20, boy.
Oof, yeah.
We're
We're perceiving the shit out of this place.
yeah.
Are we?
I'm not.
You didn't see that. I see a genie. No, you don't, Lord Sava. Pay attention.
I'm kind of worried. My dice rolls have been really poor. That means, like, if my dice rolls start being poor for, like, Yasa, then for creatures, they're going to probably start...
Right, you're getting your bad rolls out on our
So what'd you-
favorite.
What'd you guys get?
Disadvantage. You get a natural 20.
Natural 20, yeah.
24 on the bonuses.
You hear the low cessations of talking, probably from behind the stage. It's very baffled because probably that wall. So there's a little bit of echoes, but with that natural 20, you're like, you're pretty positive it's coming from somewhere behind the stage. You hear 2 distinct levels of it. There seems to be people like whispering or talking quietly amongst themselves, and then there also seems to be a chant.
You have a 24.
Yeah, I mean, you're hearing the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter what he rolled?
A chant behind the stage?
Yeah, so there sounds like there's a chant going on and people talking quietly, respectfully, also in the
Like
same
an
room.
audience? Like
Could be.
I would stop early.
yes,
We were told.
you got a 20 as
yeah,
well, didn't you?
24, yeah. So I was like, we should follow no voices.
We were warned that there were spirits here.
Perhaps we do not go the way of the voice.
This could be an assembly that was in
So there's
order.
2 ways
during
around the
the
dice.
explosion of hot now.
An exit to the other side of the right, and then there's no other exits in the room.
No other exits.
Okay. Well, I suggest we go over to the exit to the right. I'll sneak up and kind of look out it if you guys don't want to go.
The double
big
doors
double
that
doors
would be
on the
at the
right, yeah.
back.
Rather
like-
than following the stage doors behind, yeah. So it would be like, I'm assuming it's like seating like this, and then there's double doors, and then here's the stage, and we hear talking back here, and there's ways to go like this.
Where are we in this diagram?
We're right here. We walked in like through a little passageway here, but there's not one here. So
There's not an exit
our
there.
exits are here, and then we can go behind the stage into either of 2 places, and that's where we hear talking.
No, I know.
See how close I got. That's pretty damn
That's
close.
pretty damn close. Well done.
So you walked up stairways that came from here. So you're all standing right here. There's a door over here.
Oh, okay.
It's a double door over here. And so here's a stage, and it's got like a big wall behind it.
I just put
And somehow,
stairs.
like the wall disappears behind this half wall, or
Right.
this free floating wall. So you think there's some way to get, if you walk around the stage, there's something back here.
So we're going for that door.
So you're going for the big double doors?
And I'm gonna sneakily go up to it and check for traps.
Roll. So roll stealth first if you're trying to be quiet.
I have
Watch out. There could be spirits there.
stealth.
Well, stealth, you don't want to alert the voices that are talking in the other
Yeah,
room.
exactly.
Oh, I have advantage for. Sorry.
Yeah, because of the boots of
Thank
Elven
goodness.
Kind.
Yeah, so
Great help
fuck
that was, eh?
Yeah, 15 for stealth.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna check for traps on the door, which is that investigation or is that perception?
No. I was like, I know you put it down as something different. I'm like,
For those of you viewing,
I don't remember checking for traps. Is that a perception?
It's perception.
Okay.
Check for traps.
So 25. Check.
was that a natural 20?
No, it was a 19.
Oh.
It was a naturally high dice roll.
Your trap sense isn't going off, but there's definitely something going on behind this door. The brass fixtures on it, they're still polished to a high sheen. They're not ruddy and old or caked over or starting to oxidize. And it seems that there's a little bit of frost on them.
weak. I just put my little sneak camera underneath it.
Yep.
I wish we had one of those. I actually saw an old from the old Dragon magazine, a gnomish device that was that. A little tube telescope.
Those are my favorite things about the first not Splinter Cell. It is Splinter Cell.
That's Splinter Cell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have one of those.
Yep.
And like when you use it and look around, and it was like the fucking most useful thing. Because it tells you about it in the tutorial. It's like, use your little thing. And then it never says a word about it ever again. So like, if you remember, it was so useful. But like if you didn't, you would just kind of bumble through it.
Yeah.
And I remember all my friends would be like, dude, that game's fucking hard. My buddy Sean was my roommate. He'd be like, dude, I can't. He's like, this place is fucking crazy. Every time I walk through a door, someone's fucking standing there. I'm like, you're using your little under door camera? And he's like, the fuck is that?
That would be a great low-level divination wizard spell, is to touch a door and see what's on the other side of it. Yeah.
That
clear fridge.
That in conjunction with knock. Like, why even have a rogue?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the. And those are different tools. That's what D&D is like. You know, you have different tools for different jobs.
We don't have a rogue? Well, I'm going to make a sneaky-ass wizard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not trapped.
It looks absolutely... Well, I'm not there.
Yeah. I guess I'll come back and skinny our knowledge, because maybe we can make a group decision based on what I've known.
The smells of spirits we've been warned of.
This door is strange. So we hear the talking, we hear the cold. We could always use the third door, or the other door, the one that's on the same side as the stairwell. I could check that next.
That could be a VIP entrance, or servant's entrance.
And just know that, like, you don't know how close you are to the central chamber anymore. Mm-hmm. Anything that's like, you kind of lost track because you were going through the thing, but you feel that the door on the side, that's the same way as the staircase, probably takes you further away from what would be the center of the castle.
So,
not that you know, like, hey, you might have to go through that to get there, but the only option you're not taking. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
so the frost door over here
isn't necessarily exactly 3 stories either. I mean, who knows how many we climb?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, so.
Right.
So I skinny that information. I feel like we shouldn't go towards the voices, but then there's that door is creepy as shit. So.
There is another door he hasn't checked yet. It's closer to where the voices are coming from.
I could at least check it. I'll check it for traps and see what I catch from it.
Does he need to reroll stealth?
No, he doesn't.
I'm standing right next to you, so it's 24 for check for traps.
Well, you're not standing right next to it, but
I see. Yeah,
you do have to move, but you can keep the same stealth check, and they have the same perception. Like, you're still moving around the same. So what was it for check for traps? That doesn't seem to be trapped, but it does seem to be locked.
I'm going to unlock it and look in it.
It's that or the frosty door?
We don't have to take my advice about the voices. I just think that was like the first piece of advice we got. It can be interpreted 2 ways. Don't listen to voices leading you someplace, like, hey, go over there. Or it could be like, I hear voices, let's check it out. Both of those are being led by voice, so I prefer to stay away from that. Of course, it was Ayasa that told us that, so who the fuck knows what the hell.
So it was also subtle. Like you had to like notice that. You know, it wasn't like
it's not something leading you. You noticed it.
True.
You can sneak back there and take a look to see if you.
I feel like I'm pushing my sneaky luck here.
That would going up on it would be a new roll.
All right. Do you want me to take a look through this door first? Yeah. Now
and you still have an advantage.
And you'll never get another
on sneak
I
in
know,
general.
right? As soon as I do it. Let's go peek in behind the stage, see what's going on back there.
Because you have advantage in general, right? Because of your boots.
Yeah, so it's my sneaky advantage. That's not good. Yep.
Oh my god, do better.
Yeah. So 15.
Excuse me. Is that you're not doing the advantage, or is that with advantage?
That's with my advantage.
All right.
15.
Make me a perception.
Inspiration. He gets to roll both again, or
yeah. He uses inspiration to do that.
Hey, man.
Oh no, that was his advantage. Okay.
that's just
so you do.
Yeah, inspiration just gives you advantage.
11 for my perception.
Ooh. All right. So you sneak back behind that wall in the backstage.
Rip.
The first thing you notice is that as you get around this wall, you're not going to need your light because
you're
there is a blue glow coming from back here. So the next chamber, the next area is illuminated by a blue glow.
I'm gonna return and be like, we probably shouldn't do that.
Hold on, you said you were checking what's in there.
Yeah.
So you peek around that corner. And there's about
this is good. No, I'm just taking the wall back.
There's about a dozen people in the room back there. It does look like a preparation chamber. Like, it looks like a backstage. You know, there's cabinetry and all this other stuff. It's all in kind of disrepair and such. There's a couple antechambers off of it, a couple rooms. You see a hallway. And that's just a quick, like, you can't even get, like, okay, I saw a hallway, I saw this, but you're not memorizing because there's so many people there. But there's people on the outskirts of the room in clusters. There's, like, open doors. There's people talking quietly. They're all wearing long red robes, hoods up. And in the center of the chamber, they've kind of cleared out everything and put down a ritual circle, which about about 6 people are arranged around. One person looks in finer robes with some other accoutrements, like a big sash like kind of coming down, doing the chant, and the other people around the circle are doing the chant as well. The room is illuminated by these glowing blue arcane orbs that are just floating in random spots. Yep.
I make a loud fart sound.
Fart noise. And you run off.
I say fart.
Crop dusted.
We have a friend named Redneck Aaron, and he's like, fart noise, and everyone goes, and so like,
that would just be funny that I yell that.
Fart noise. Oh yeah, you didn't actually make a fart noise.
You just say fart noise? Yeah. Alright, so that's what you see. All of them seem to be kind of intently observing the ritual or talking amongst themselves, so you do not seem to be noticed.
IGTF.
Wow, they didn't notice you?
No. They got
What?
They're chanting.
Yeah, they got a.
I'm pretty fucking.
They got
so lucky.
my dice. Like, I don't know what's going on tonight.
I
But they got 11 and a 5.
thought you were just caught this whole time.
Yeah, 11 and a 5.
So my perception, which is really low. All right, so I guess do I have to stealth check back out? Okay, so I make it back and skinny that information as well. So now it looks like our best bets are the locked door or the frozen door. Unless you just want to take on. There are 12 humans. We've dealt with humans before.
Humanoids.
It might be something.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Why would 12 humans be there? They're not just humans. There's something we should avoid.
Well,
let's go through the locked door. I say.
Right, let's give it a
The
shot.
locked door.
I mean, I can unlock it and look through. We know it's not trapped.
Okay.
What sleight of
Wait,
hand
which
is
one
that
was locked?
pick?
Was that the one
Sleight of
like? Was that the one like you turn around the staircase?
Yeah, Alexis.
Not U-turn, on the same wall. Yeah.
Yeah. So that we have a pretty good idea. It's not going to lead anywhere.
We could at least look. Maybe it's
Might as
fine.
well.
We could look.
Because the other door seems a bit.
I feel like if I open the
safest.
other door,
Yeah, you're right.
we're
You're
gonna
right.
be kind of committed. This one we can at least peek in.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Do I get advantage because I have lockpick tools, or does that just include?
No,
the
it
We got a natural 20. So.
Oh, sorry, it's not sleight of hand. It's you are proficient with lockpicks.
Oh.
So you get that bonus, and because you have those tools, you're proficient with these tools. So it's like you had the full skill.
You rolled a nat 20. So.
Yeah, so you're through.
Burp. So I want to open it slowly and kind of peer in.
Yep. All right, so you.
Not fart zone.
All these doors sound like farts. Like,
It's like the opposite of the ship from.
oh, the ship from
yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You.
They're different every time.
You open that up. It's a small antechamber. There's some benches. Well, what used to probably be benches. No, they're all like moldering and kind of like collapsed. And there's a small hallway that ends in a door with several other doors off of this. So this looks like a ready room. Like if you're going to have a ceremony here, this is where, let's say you were having a wedding in this chamber. This is where the brides and groom and the best men would all be getting ready and waiting to come out before, during the procession.
I
Does it
shoot
look
a bunch.
valuable?
Huh?
Does it look valuable?
Take the copper off
What?
the walls.
Does it look like a rich, fancy room?
No, like everything's molded and destroyed and gone.
Well, now.
Now, yeah.
The question is really if he sees any other exits from the room.
It seems like
Because it sounds like he doesn't have it.
it sounds like you can go down and check all of these rooms. There may be an exit off of here somewhere. One of these 5 rooms off of this may have another exit out of here, but you'd have to go in there and check each one. And this looks like its own little contained chamber. But I mean, you never know.
I mean, you know.
I know. You don't know.
We don't know.
So now I've secretly discovered everything about all the doors. So now we have to pick which door we want to go through.
Yeah. I mean, if you all just want to get out of this chamber and not risk one of these guys walking out for a smoke break, you guys can duck into there and take the time to check these rooms. You never know.
I want to know what's behind the cold door, but I'm a glutton for punishment.
Well, I would like to check out the cold door, except I don't know how to get through a cold door. We have ways to...
I haven't tried to open it yet. All I did was look at traps and see that there was something weird about
It's
the door.
frosty.
Let's go to the cold
magic.
door.
Well, there's magic. How are we going to deal with the cold door? Like, what are we going to do with that door?
Well, who's cold resistant here?
That's why I said, like, let's go to the cold door.
Do you have inspiration?
I was like, wait a minute, let's go to the fucking cold door.
Let's
I'm
go check it
good.
out. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, obviously, if it's earlier you said it wasn't locked though, so he doesn't need to do it.
It doesn't seem to be locked.
I was searching for traps. It doesn't seem to be trapped.
He did not touch the handle because it had frost on it.
But it looks real clean and newish. Like the brass is shiny. It's pretty. The door's pretty, but then it's also frosted.
All right, so
It sounds like it's magically watered with cold. And
Are we all in agreement though?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Put your hands on it.
Let's mosey on over there.
That's your instinct, Prince Savroth.
Like sneaker. Like,
they open inward.
He's not an underhand. He's a goddamn boy.
So you just, no peeking here. You just open them wide.
Nothing happens to him?
Well, when he touches it, it's chilly. Like,
Well, I mean, open it. So I'm not just gonna slam them open.
oh no, you're not gonna be like, "Come on, bitches!" But you're not. But you're not also like, "Oh, we're trying one of these."
Rude.
Keep my head up. You're just
open it
opening.
quietly.
Yeah.
So you open it up. This is a larger chamber. This looks like, hey, people come up, they sit, they wait, they have hors d'oeuvres, they have whatever. So it's weirdly shaped. And I should be I hate saying the elephant in the room because it distracts from all the other details. But opens up, there's carpet along the ground. On the right side, there's buffets, big chest drawer type things along the side. Some of them have cabinetry on top, some of them don't. On the left side, there is railings, and it opens further, but it also opens down. So you think that there's stairways. Probably, according to BioWare.
What?
Probably saying is it chaotic or evil?
Is it chaotic or is being sexually rude a quality of chaotic or evil?
Depends on who you're being rude to. Are you being rude to the man? Are you being rude to...
If you're rude to everyone randomly, that's chaotic, evil. If you're rude to people that are under you or you don't respect, that's I mean, just evil.
Context,
I think is being rude.
Matters.
But neutral people can be totally rude as well. So on the left side, there's railings that go down, but also there's more room that goes back there. This looks like maybe there's a stairway there, but there's also more room that way. There's this wall here with buffets. This is just a big chamber opening up, but there are probably 30 ghosts in this room. When you open the doors, they all they're sitting there. They're in kind of finery and robes and stuff. Some of them have plates and glasses. They're in various states of older clothing, but they all stop when you open the doors and look over.
So there's 6 of them?
No.
4.
dozens.
Oh, damn.
I was like, I think his
good.
first number was like 30.
30,
but
Yeah.
Shows the doom door.
They all turn and look at you.
doesn't mean they're hostile yet. Calm
The
down.
closest one turns to you, and its mouth moves, but no sound comes out. You want to make a insight check?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not you. He's the one that opened the door.
Oh, goody.
You want to use some... Oh.
Your
inspiration.
I do. I never use my inspiration. I don't even know what die to use at this point. I've rolled like shit all night. Well, that much
That's
better.
much better.
Jesus.
So 17 plus 6 is going to be 23.
Let's talk things out, Mr. Abomination of Nature.
23?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it looks like the person mouthed to you, is it time for the ceremony? And there's some kind of honorific at the end, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Should totally tell it yes, so they leave the room and go in there and bug those dudes.
I mean, I was...
Oh my god. Well, okay, so we don't even know that. So we can't really give any suggestions.
But so it didn't
Now that the door is the door opened and now it's swinging open, and the rest of you now see all of these ghosts, like blue apparition ghosts, all looking and staring at him.
Right.
So it didn't make sound. I just can kind of tell.
You could just tell that's what he said from how his mouth moved.
Should gesture for them to go in.
Well, I guess I would like nod a couple times and then sure, just...
Right. Make me a...
You just started the apocalypse. that was gonna never happen until
Make
somebody
me a
did
performance.
this.
A performance roll.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that's special. You have a high charisma though.
He does have a very high charisma.
Yeah, my charisma's not bad. It'd be a
Yeah.
19.
All right. So you're like, yes, and you make your thing, and you kind of like back everyone up, and everyone's like, that ghost turns away, and like even though like it turns away, you can see through its skull back to its mouth, and it says, like it raises its glass and like,
Ting, ting, ting.
but you don't hear anything.
I make
You
the sound.
you
Or make
almost
the sound very
like you almost feel it, like
fart noise.
like those I can hear this gif.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like him doing that, like
We almost
it doesn't make a sound,
But
but
we-
you feel that sound.
Yeah.
And he's like this, and like this, and the ghosts start to they start putting their plates down and handing them off to servants, and they all start lining up into two lines and coming into the room. So they're orderly lining up and heading into the room now. Do you guys want to stay off to the side and wait, or do you want to move
I don't want to get in the middle of
through,
this shit.
because I mean they're in orderly lines now, so you can
Yeah, I want to move
walk
past them.
away from
I
them
mean,
or
it would
past
obviously
them.
get out of their way. And
I want to get out of the room though, because once they sit down and there's no fucking ceremony and we're still in there, they'll be like,
I don't think Turn Undead would be a great call here, to be honest. I think that
Yeah,
would absolutely disrupt what was going on
it
here and
wouldn't,
turn things
like-
against us.
These may be pretty low level apparitions, quarter hit dice,
But there's a lot of them.
but there's a lot of them. Like I don't know if you could turn you have Turn Undead, right? You have a version of it, and he does, but I don't know if you could do enough.
I don't think it's enough. I think Sephiroth did a wonderful thing here and just let them move on their own path.
let them get in and do whatever they're doing. And
Yeah,
shut
no,
the
that was a
doors
great
behind
move.
us,
Yeah,
and
well done.
So you
stay right
guys,
along.
inspiration for handling that without any spell throwing or combat.
Hey,
Uh,
got that
so-
inspiration right back.
Yeah, you
so
did.
you guys, so you want to move out of here?
yeah, I do. So that way,
you're
when
just-
they file in, we can close the doors behind them.
Yeah.
He skirts out, you're standing reverently, and you're like, no, sure. And then the moment you go, Yasa's
Yeah.
goes
All
as
right.
well.
Let's go.
So you leave as well. Okay. So you turn and walk out, and you wait for all the ghosts to file in. The ghosts that were the servants, they go over and put the plates away on the buffet tables and stuff like that, and then disappear. And then everyone that was a member of the party walks in. You see them starting to get into their benches and things like that. And then once all of them are filed past the door, you're like, Okay, so there you go.
Do that, Savra.
Winging it, man.
Let's not stick around
Winging it, man.
for the meeting between the cultists and the ghosts.
Yeah. Holy crap.
So you said off to the left there might be another stairwell?
So off to the left there is a stairwell down.
Skip moving.
It's a small, like, 2-person stairwell that looks like it goes down to another chamber downstairs, but there's also more pathway around the side.
But that's all to the left. To the right is just the buffet.
To the right is just wall. Yeah. There is an archway at the end of this to the right, but again, you're feeling like this just takes you away from the central. This feels much more like the central chamber.
I feel we should not go down.
Yeah, Gio still there. I was saying the same thing. Like, oh, you just allowed them to start the apocalyptic ritual that would never have been encountered until we did this. Oh boy.
So, like, you came out this double door here. There's a stairwell that goes down here, so there's stuff down here. But this, you can just go this way. There's an archway back here. But yeah, you can.
And clearly this has nothing to do with this room.
No, this is the previous
that,
room. Yeah, sorry.
That was the double door we
Yep.
actually went out of, which is this
That was
door.
that door. So,
Okay.
like, you can just
I say we continue down the
Yeah.
hall. Going back down.
Yeah.
go
That's the
down like
purpose
the
of
round
going
way
back.
corridor and all this
Yeah.
stuff. All right. As you walk around the main corridor, it seems like this chamber in this area is kind of balconies up on top of a chamber that's below you. It looks, again, like receiving or just open halls and stuff like that. But as you come around this way, another archway off to the right. Again, this feels like it's further away, like you're getting away from the heart of the chamber, but you never know.
Yeah.
Ahead of you is a pretty ornate double doors that are open, and you can't see too far back into that. The darkness just kind of starts cloistering back in there. But then there, off to the left, around this like central thing that looks down on the halls below, there is a little, double wide staircase that goes up. So,
Ornate and up sounds like what we need to seek out.
archway off to the right, ornate doors in front of you that are open to a larger chamber, stairway up.
I think we should see what's beyond. I think we should take a look at what's beyond these ornate doors and see if it's like another nexus or not. And then if it doesn't look like anything that's helpful to our journey, check out the upstairs. That's my suggestion.
You're going to be going first, and you make the decision. So, command your follower.
Is your next? Where do you feel safe? Let's just go on the stairs, or do you want to check this doorway?
I can check the doorway.
All right.
Which doorway? The
door.
open. It's
Door.
open.
I mean, can I sneak over and look in it? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Sneak.
I don't know what it is by now. 27.
All right. You feel pretty well hidden.
Oh wait, I have
Your advantage.
Yeah, so good thing.
Yeah. You feel pretty well hidden, but you can't shake the feeling that this place has eyes everywhere. But yeah, you feel pretty well hidden. No perception roll for this. As you get closer to this place, as you get closer to these double doors, the smell of the sickly sweet smell of like spoiled food starts coming to your senses, or just like slightly turned, or just too much
feta.
too much food around, like scraps or trash. I think that's what you get as you're heading up to it.
Can I peek in?
Yeah. So it looks like you're looking in. There's this big ornate double doors, and it goes out, and there's a landing and 2 stairways that circle down to a lowered floor. That's a threshold. You can't see what's down below. But this place looks large and vaunted. There's like archways and columns coming up, So this chamber looks pretty big, pretty ornate, but you know that the main of it is below you. And you'd have to, below me, you'd have to walk up to that. Yeah. You'd have to walk into the room, past the open doors, to that landing to see down.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
So I'll come back. Well, at least tell you guys. We could. The room goes farther down, but I suggest we continue moving up.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go to the stairs.
Okay, you're just going up the stairs. All right. Fuck this place.
We've already seen enough creepy shit in here.
What? Oh, you haven't even begun.
We'll write at 12:30. You want to keep going, or do you want to show here?
Yeah, we're at 12:30, which is now ending time at this way. You guys want to keep going or not? I can definitely use some sleep.
I would say it's a good start.
It's been a rough. So
before
you go, before you're going up new stairs, someone make note of where you are.
Oh.
So we did not.
After leaving the ritual room, we walked past an open door that leads to a lowered room that we can't see into that smells like rotten food.
It's a great rotten.
And it's not rotten. It's not pungent. It's the sickly sweet of just old.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
We can very much still go look at it. I just didn't want to enter the room by myself to look and try to come back.
That's a great idea.
Chamber? Would that be a chamber?
I mean, we can't really stealth in, so you should just go by yourself and see what happens.
I was just excited that a set of 8 dice for D&D make the shape of Serenity.
Huh.
It's the engine and the weird head and everything.
That's actually pretty good.
Except it's not quite like that, a little more, but... Yeah.
Guys, you did fantastic tonight. Oh my, Dayton, you were calling shots. You were doing things. That was
shot
great.
caller.
Yeah, shot caller. Yeah.
We met a mimic and didn't die.
You had a fight. You had a puzzle.
Yeah.
You had a
exploration. We had planning. We had
town talk. You avoided a confrontation.
Yeah.
You had a mystical encounter.
We did. There's a lot of things that happened in the session. This is a good
We discovered a circle jerk.
We failed some rolls. We got some natural 20s. I think we really hit the gamut.
And you're just scratching, the second floor of Castle Never. Only like 99 more to go. So it's 100 floors of fright. Yeah. Not all of them are going to be winners.
I'm just in the weeds of David S. Punk.
He has a middle initial now?
Gio, thank you for watching and participating with us. I like it how you comment as we make these decisions. It feels like you're at the table with us. I dig it a lot.
And we definitely appreciate the viewership, the patronage, and the communication. Like the chatting is fantastic. Yeah. Sorry we don't get to every comment. We try to keep up.
Yeah.
But they're a bit on edge right now.
Yeah,
I'm going for that second TPK, but I don't want to just do it. I just want to do it to you. I want you guys to do it to yourself. I want you to earn that TPK.
Oh, man. Do you remember your first TPK as a player playing these kind of games? Oh, I guess of course you do because I was there with you.
Yeah, you were there. I remember. I don't remember mine. I had a lot of characters die when I was younger, but I was playing with like Scott.
I remember
some hardcore DMs. No, I do. Because they abandoned the game and I was still alive, but everyone had died so horribly that I had crawled into a sarcophagus and closed it. And everyone died around, like everyone was still outside fighting and dying. I'm like, I was the thief. I'm like, nope. The fighter's down, the cleric's down.
Time to go.
I'm like, I'm running. It's like, okay, you're in this chamber. There's just like this open sarcophagus that you've already looked through and looted. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting in that. And that was it. Like everyone died, and I'm in the sarcophagus, and there's ghouls outside, and I'm like, well, shit.
Now what?
Like now what? Like what? We're just gonna go on. Like we're gonna make a new game. So that character's gone.
Yeah.
Did you get out? Who knows?
Maybe we'll see him again one day.
So that was my first.
I've died quite a bunch at this point. Like I've died in one of our Rifts games. I feel like die in another game? I've only died that one
You
time.
died in your Warhammer game finally.
Oh, that's right. I was killed in Warhammer. That's
Yeah,
right.
Steve died. Yeah,
I was part of the
Steve.
part of the total party kill. So I've had 3 lost characters
it's rough.
just from deaths. It's from getting out there in the field and experiencing.
No, yeah, that's how you do it.
I
That's
wanna-
how you
I
do
wanna
it.
taste
I've had
conflict.
so
I just
many
taste it
characters
really well.
die. Oh man,
Like, what does this conflict
I
taste like?
love that. I love the. I think the high. I really do like. You know, some people like to be so brutal in these games, but I do appreciate like, hey, there's real danger to your make believe character here. Like, what do? You know.
I'm really happy that I got you guys to this point and into like
An actual dungeon crawl.
like it's a dungeon crawl and it's crazy. There's so much mystical, crazy stuff from eons of horrible shit that's happened in this castle.
And we keep being like, that looks dangerous. Let's go that way.
And I'm glad I got you here. I didn't. This was not in my original plan. Like I knew you needed to find the city to find the forge. But then things just kind of led. I'm like, oh, Neverwinter, North. That's where the Dwarven kingdoms are, and it just built and built and built until finally, yeah, you're in Castle Never trying to find this ancient map. And man, there's a whole bunch of horrible shit.
We have to get back out with the information too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we ever find the room and map we're looking for, we'd be like, all right, cool, now we have to...
I really hope we don't find a lich. I really hope we don't find a lich.
No, you're not going to find a lich. You're going to find a Lilith lich.
Oh boy.
Aboleth, and I don't want to...
Who wants this last pumpkin?
Oh man.
No, that's all you.
Nobody wants this last pumpkin, man.
You could leave it in as a present for next week.
It's gonna be gone by the next.
I might drink it. I
You
could.
might drink. You want
Actually,
it?
yeah, just leave it for Destiny. Let's play. I'll drink it while we're playing Destiny. No, the Aboleth. Like I looked it up, and I'm like, should I level these guys before they come into Castle Never? And I looked up the Aboleth, and I'm like, no, like I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give you that
We
extra
just
level.
got a level recently. I don't think we've
Right.
done anything. We've had a long road.
Yeah, I thought maybe, though, after killing the Drake, it'd be
Like,
possible.
bing, that's
to-
the time to
We
level.
had leveled like a session or two before
I know,
that.
I know. That's why I was like,
it would've
So,
given
no.
us some-
soon.
it would've
But
been a
the
nice bump.
Aboleths are one of like my favorite type of enemies, and I don't know if I could. Like, it's nothing against you or players, but there's a specific
There's a context
there's a
that needs to happen.
specific player that I had that I constantly fucked with in a very specific way, and it was awesome to do it to him. And I just don't know if like there's this dynamic there.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what's great
but-
about all the repertoire of monsters in the monster manual. The tools. Just like what would be which of this huge array of things would be perfect here?
Yeah, perfect
Yeah.
for these guys.
Yeah.
Mimics, fantastic.
Mimics are always fantastic.
A Drake that swoops down, kicks your ass in the
Yeah.
mimics.
No,
Awesome.
The worst part about that one is it kept running
Sahag.
away.
Yep.
Like we'd be like, roll one more time, like natural one. It rears its head back, lifts up, and flies away. I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh, and don't forget in the
do that.
Leviathan Inn, there's Sahagin
Wrap
skulls on
Oh,
mountains.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a wrap up.
I was like,
Mitch,
wrap
take
up.
us out.
Hi.
Well, this has been another episode of the Wileyverse. We meet on Wednesdays, usually between 9 and 9:30. It's probably gonna be 9:30 from now on due to scheduling errors. Not errors, but issues.
It's life.
No, it's just what happens. Things happen.
9:30
Um,
Arizona.
It's Arizona Mountain Time, so
time
guys,
change.
time change just happened. So remember, whatever time it started for you this week will be what time it starts next
And
week.
and
We're
I have a
Arizona.
timer. I have a timer down below. That is correct. So it counts down to the next session.
Okay.
Except for if we don't play, I don't turn it off.
Well,
So,
correct for Arizona time,
It
or
is correct
for
for
the
Arizona time.
whole world time?
No, it's
Because
correct
if
for-
any of you watching don't know, Arizona, for some reason, we don't do daylight savings
It's
time.
the best
Outmoded
thing
Yeah,
ever.
It's fantastic. I've lived other places where they have it. It's an outmoded
It's
thing, so-
great until you
Deal with other people.
that are not in Arizona.
I get it. So, anyway, we do Arizona Mountain Time around here. Next week we'll be crawling deeper into Castle Never. We'll see you then. Invite your friends. Bring your families.
Yeah.
We're not
Watch us
sponsored.
die
Yeah.
horribly.
tweet our link out.
Yeah.
All that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
We'd love to have other people talking. Thank you for watching, Gio.
Later, Gio.